Ladies and gentlemen, hey, welcome to RENEBOXYOUNG, a platform where we simply discuss, critique, analyze, simply talk about the sport of boxing, and more. Hey, we're going to chop up some things. If you saw the thumbnail, that's what I'm talking about. Definitely, man. We're going to chop up some extra things for fluff news to get into it, to heat up the mic. So, man, I hope you guys are doing wonderful today, Monday. What is it, March 20th already? We're almost out of March, man. I'm telling you. And the weather is getting kind of shifty over there, LeVar. How you doing, my guy?
Big bro, what's going on, man? I'm doing great. I can't complain. It's Monday.
So it's getting cold over there, you said, right?
Yeah. Hey, this weather's been up and down. 1 minute it's like 75, the next minute it's like 43. So, yeah, it's just that's how it is here in Virginia, man.
That's a trip, man. Wow. So, man, how you doing on your end, man? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good, man. Just been relaxing, catching up on, some UFC over the weekend. So I can't complain,
Yeah, me too, man. Definitely caught up. And I think a lot of us did, as far as the box community too, because, it was kind of a slow weekend. You got Jarrell Big Baby Miller, he fought. I didn't watch that fight, I just saw the highlights, on that dude. But, it is what it is. I think he's kind of out of it, He blew it, LeVar. He blew his opportunity with AJ. He had a wonderful opportunity in fighting AJ years back. He messed it up. He screwed it up. Ever since then, it's like, Big Baby Miller, whatever, So, hey, let me salute family that's jumping in the building, man, real quick, man. Hey, wake and bake, man, with Uncle Ray. What's going on, fam? I remember you subscribing recently. I appreciate you. Like I always say in my intros, I forgot to say it right now. Subscribers since day one, recent subscribers, we appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you guys so much, for tuning in to Flash Live such as this. There was no announcement, no previous announcement. That's what we call them, Flash Lives, man. Out of nowhere, pop, pop, like a check. Left hook. That's what I'm talking about. So out of nowhere, man, these Flash Lives, I appreciate each and every one. Those in the playback family too, salute, man. Thank you guys so much because I see y'all. People playback, man. They doing the playback with the lives also. Y'all are awesome, man. Thank you guys so much for liking it up, sharing it up. You already know it. Skywalker Boxing. What's going on? Salute to the TWT, man. We get support from everywhere, man. TWT, they've been supporting us big time. That's what I'm talking about. So family, Ricky Williams, as a matter of fact, TWT member. Man, he popped up last Friday. Was it Friday? Yeah, right? It was Friday. Friday, man. He gave us 2 cents. He gave us 2 cents on the plant Benavidez smoke. And we're going to make our final predictions. Y'all know I suck at predictions, but whatever. I don't care. We're going to break it down, man. And we want to hear your final predictions, too. That's what I'm talking about. So, Skywalker Boxing, man. Salute. Anthony Johnson, man. Hey, family, what's going on? Hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday, man. Let's be good about Monday. You know what I'm saying? I know there's lots of GIFs out there, lots of memes about, all Mondays rolling around. And, we always think of a Monday being negative, like it sucks. You know what I'm saying? I feel it because we're coming off the weekend, relaxing. But hey, man, Monday, good stuff. Let's get it. Let's work. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. LeVar, man, saluting everybody. That's what I'm talking. TWT. What I'm telling y'all about the TWT team, man. They're always showing us love, man. Family out there. That's what I'm saying. Y'all subscribe to G5. Y'all subscribe to Skywalker. Y'all subscribe to those, you know what I'm saying? Those who create content. You already know. Don't even ask me, fam. Put them links up in there, man. Put them links up there. You already know it. Soccer Trey. Hey. We're going to chop it up, man. We're going to chop it up. Salute, brothers and sisters. I would like to use this platform to pray for our brothers and sisters who are in state of mind, sleep to be waking up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I feel that, bro. It is. That's the world we're living in, bro. That's the world we're living in. That's why always when we finish our live sessions, I'm saying at the end, Brother LeVar Cooper always talks about, that mental health, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy out there nowadays. Big facts, Soccer Training Club. So definitely, man, definitely. Prayer is up for everybody, man. Definitely. We got to keep our eyes open. We got to be woken up, man. That's what I'm talking about. Facts right there, Soccer Training Club. Big facts, bro. Thanks so much for that, man. Thanks so much for putting that comment right there. Very necessary. Very necessary. The world affairs right now, what we're living in, man. Crazy time to be alive. It's been said many times. It's a crazy time to be alive. And I'm saying definitely. Big facts, Soccer Training Club, man. LeVar Cooper do bad weather day, hurting the paycheck. Oh, okay. Here, man, we're getting in that spring weather. It's just beauty. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday, man, we made some steak on the grill, barbecued out there, man, sausages. Freaking, it was beautiful. Beautiful day, man. The weather here is wonderful right now. You know what I'm saying? So we're getting that springtime weather down here. And I'm saying, like I mentioned the other day, but over there, like you said, LeVar, weather's kind of crazy, huh? Now it's getting cold all of a sudden, huh? That's how people get sick. So you got to, watch out right there. You know what I'm saying? Take care of your health right there. Definitely, man. So, family, thank you guys so much for jumping in. And those who will jump in, once again, thank you guys so much, man. Let's chop it. Let's chop this up, man. Okay. So UFC, we're gonna start out with that, fam. We're gonna do a little something different. And as a matter of fact, those who have followed the channel, who've been rocking with us for a minute here on the channel, I have pushed some videos. Not too much, not much at all, because this is mainly boxing. But from time to time, I have posted some UFC content. Go back in the channel, check the list. I think I got a playlist on UFC. I just don't remember, but I have pushed because I like certain fighters. I mean, I always do it. I always give my respect to fighters in all combat sports, all of them. We even push some BKFC content here, man. So definitely, man, you know what I'm saying? Because we definitely respect fighters from all realms, from all, disciplines when it comes to combat sports. UFC is that. MMA is that. You know what I'm saying? Bare knuckle BKFC is that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we do want to cover a little bit of that, today, as far as at the beginning of the show. And obviously, we're going to get to Plant and Benavidez final prediction. And like I said a moment ago, man, I have covered some UFC content a while ago, man. And one of those fighters is Gaethje, man. Justin Gaethje. Why? Why Justin Gaethje? Because that dude got some boxing skills, man. That guy, man, go back when I covered, I pushed a video, post-fight reaction, if I'm not mistaken, on Gaethje Ferguson. Those guys were boxing up in there, man, clean. What I love about Gaethje, man, is he fights clean up in that octagon, man. And that's exactly what we saw against Rafael. I forgot how to pronounce this dude's last name. Viziev, whatever. You already know I suck with names. But Gaethje versus Rafael, Viziev, Vizzy. I'm going to call him, I think his name is Vizzy. I'm calling him Vizzy. Justin Gaethje versus Vizzy. Also, Gaethje hits home because he's from Arizona, baby. That's where I grew up. That's what I'm talking about. He's from Safford, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Safford. Nice little town, man. If y'all go to Arizona, man, go ahead and visit Safford. It's up in the mountains. It's some beautiful stuff. Nice little town, man. Safford's a beautiful little town up in AZ, you know what I'm saying? So he's from my place, you know what I'm saying? He's from, the land I grew up in. So definitely, man, I got that love for Gaethje. But he boxes. We had a show, man, some time ago, LeVar. I had a show with one of my friends growing up over in the States, over in Arizona, as a matter of fact. Long time ago, we had a show. We talked about Gaethje. I think it was in the lead up to the Gaethje and Ferguson fight. I just don't remember really well. And he's a freaking one of those UFC heads, bro. He breaks it down. So that's why I had him on, you know what I'm saying? His name's Tanner, my boy right there, you know what I'm saying? And it's actually, that show's in the, it's on the channel, but you got to go way back, you know what I'm saying? But he talked about how, this is where I'm getting at, LeVar. He talked about how Justin Gaethje, he has, wrestling experience. He just hasn't used it much. And UFC, he hasn't used it much in the octagon, man. We saw it just recently when Saturday when he took down Rafael. He can take people down. He just hasn't used it much, LeVar. He fell in love with the boxing, bro. Pop, pop, the uppercuts, bam, the speed. And these guys, bro, Gaethje and Rafael were going back and forth. It was a clean, wonderful, beautiful fight, man. That I appreciate that. And MMA, LeVar, I appreciate that. We saw the same with Usman, bro, and Leon Edwards, right? Clean fighting. Justin Gaethje, man, got the victory. You know what I'm saying? Majority decision, if I'm not mistaken, right? Majority decision, but it was a close fight, LeVar. They were both boxing very well, bro. Rafael's right eye got busted up, man. As a matter of fact, when they were going at it, and we see this constantly. We see this constantly in BKFC also. They poke their eyes, man. I don't know if it's intentional, but Gaethje, pushed his. I think it was his left hand, his fingers, boom, and got fizzy, under the, I think it was under the left eye. But on the right eye, bro, LeVar, man, that boxing ability that Gaethje got busted up his right eye, man. It was gruel. It was freaking gruesome. It looked ugly, man, you know what I'm saying? But Gaethje got the victory, man. I just love seeing it, and I appreciate that boxing ability that Gaethje had. If y'all didn't see that fight, y'all go. I think it was a co-main. If I'm not mistaken. So y'all got to go watch that fight, man. Gaethje versus Rafael Vizzy. Beautiful stuff right there. Now, when it comes to Gaethje, man, if I'm not mistaken, he's a vet. He's a vet in MMA. I don't know how much longer he's going to be fighting. How long has he been fighting for, LeVar? A long time in MMA, bro. He's been in there for a minute, you know what I'm saying? So he has a lot of experience, but he still fights wonderfully. He fights beautifully, you know what I'm saying? I really enjoyed that fight, and salute to Gaethje for the victory, but I don't know if he's going to keep, I don't know how much longer. I don't, like I said, I don't follow MMA like that. I don't listen to the press conferences. I'm not so into it like that, but I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what he's feeling, you know what I'm saying? But he's been in it for a long time, man. He's a vet. So I don't know if he's going to be retiring soon. I don't know how much longer. I think he wants a title shot. I think he did mention that, he wants to go back and get a title. So, that's some tough stuff. Definitely in MMA, those champs, LeVar, in MMA, I think they do rock the interim belts in UFC. But, I respect that. Because they don't have much belts, LeVar. That's the beautiful thing. That's the beautiful thing about UFC, man. They don't have so many belts out there. They don't have to deal with sanctioning bodies. And before we get to the Usman and Leon Edwards fight trilogy, LeVar, we see it time and time again, bro. Brandon Moreno, the guy he fought, that was freaking 4 fights, LeVar. That was 4. What was the other guy's name? The Brazilian guy. What was his name? I forgot. It was Brandon Moreno. And he just got the victory, as a matter of fact. 4th fight, if I remember correctly. 4 times, bro. We constantly see rematches. We constantly see trilogies, in the UFC against the freaking top, bro. I mean, that's the beauty about the UFC, and I definitely appreciate that. Getting back to that, that's why we see it, because we don't have so many, sanctioning bodies. We don't have so much of the politics. And let me just go ahead and throw this out there before we get to the Usman and Edwards, fight. Just our post-fight reaction. Dana White just came out saying it, man. What did he say? I just pushed a short on that right now. Just a few seconds ago, right before the live, a few minutes ago, I pushed a short on that, man. Dana White, he was asked about Tyson Fury and Usyk, right? And he's all, the fight's done. Is it made? Because he thought it was made. Because I don't think Dana White follows boxing like that, but he does. He does to a certain degree, because there's so many things about this. Dana White, when he was watching a fight, and this photo went viral. This photo went viral a while ago. It was when Caleb Plant and Canelo were fighting, LeVar. And Dana was sitting ringside in the octagon, and he had his laptop or whatever in the computer, and he was watching Plant versus Canelo during a UFC fight. It was what, so that thing's viral. But, he does follow boxing, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say here. But he didn't know about Usyk and Tyson Fury was official or not. I think he thought it was, because he's like, it's done, it's made. And they said no. They said, welcome to boxing, boys. That's what you constantly see in the sport of boxing. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but he said, this is what you see in the sport of boxing. Fights that are overdue, they're done years later when they're supposed to be done a long time ago. And he said, LeVar, bro, that the UFC model is built off of the errors. I'm paraphrasing and breaking down what he said, more elaborating it more, what his idea was, what his message was, that his model in the UFC, bro, is built off of the screw-ups of the sport of boxing, man. Pretty much that they're not making the big fights. Go ahead, man. What you got on that?
Yeah, he's Dana White. He doesn't have a problem, voicing his opinion when it comes to the sport of boxing. Pretty much, yeah, it is built off of the mistakes from boxing. That's why very seldom do you see the UFC have bad cards to where they, it's a mismatch. Some of their fights have been like, hey, it's hard to pick who's gonna win. But Dana White is not afraid, and I'm not talking bad about the sport of boxing. I love the sport of boxing. But Dana White, he always matches the best versus the best. And the only thing you have to do is just go way back. Start back at UFC 1. He's had tremendous fights, Ken Shamrock and Royce Gracie's, the Gracies. So at the end of the day, I think he's a boxing fan, and he wants to see the best fight the best. And he's right. The fighters now, instead of them fighting each other, soon, they're letting years go by, and then they want to fight each other. So I get where he's coming from. I believe he's speaking the truth, because at the end of the day, we want to see the best fight the best, because everybody else, on the different YouTube channels, they want to see the same thing, and that's not what we're getting. Things are starting to heat up, but the sport of boxing, man, every card should be phenomenal, every card, and I miss watching boxing back in the day, because man, you didn't know who was gonna win between Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis. You didn't know who was going to win between Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield. So back then, you had fighters that they fought, and they wasn't making the money that these fighters are making now. They didn't have social media like the way these fighters now have social media. So at the end of the day, Dana White, you gotta tip your hat to him. He's making the best fights. And now that John Bones Jones is back, and he's the heavyweight champion. Granted, I do believe that, you know, John Jones, he's going to be in better shape for his next fight. But I mean, like I said, he's the UFC they've been making phenomenal fights. Like I said, it's very seldom that you see, very slim that you see a card that is a mismatch.
John Jones, real quick, bro. John Jones, is he one of those, like, you know, heavyweight freaking, you know, GOAT? You know, I think he's a GOAT, you know what I'm saying? But he's been out for a minute. This kind of reminds me, LeVar, of, you know, it's kind of like Tyson Fury, bro. You know, Tyson Fury, he had his stint in the heavyweight division. Obviously, he had his run. Then he just disappeared for a couple years. Then he came back. Is John Jones, like, my question is that, like, concerning, because you brought him up, did he just come back, you know, just to show, hey, I still got it, and now he's going to disappear for a minute? Or does he want to still come back going for a minute?
Well, John Jones, you know, he campaigned at 205, which is light heavyweight. So majority of his fights have been at light heavyweight. He's taken on some of the best, you know, in that division. He was a top dog, you know. He ended up fighting Daniel Cormier a couple of times. So I don't think he's gonna be here. He's gonna be there to stay. He just needed to take some time off because he was going through a lot of personal issues, and it's kind of hard for you to stay focused and you're dealing with personal issues from, you know, testing positive for PEDs and all that stuff. And, you know, he just needed to take some time off. But during that time, he was in the gym. But I think he has no choice. He's the heavyweight champion now, so he's gonna have to stay active. Especially in a weight class that this was his first fight at heavyweight. He normally campaigns at light heavyweight at 205, but he has no choice. He's gonna have to get in tip-top shape.
He beat Gaines, right?
Yeah, he beat Gaines. That we've all seen Gaines before, but you know, we didn't think that Gaines was gonna lose like that. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. John Jones, he's here to stay. What makes him dangerous is when he's focused. That's what makes John Jones so dangerous. Because, you know, before it was Conor McGregor and Ronda Rousey, they were the face, and Amanda Nunes, they were the face of UFC, the MMA, or excuse me, UFC. But now, you know, that John Jones is back. Things are about.
No, you're right. They were the face of MMA in general because, you know, the other MMA, you know, branches, UFC is the one that's popular.
Yeah, of course. I mean, but man, he's always had, Dana White he always had great fighters from, you know, like I said, you know, Ken Shamrock, the Gracies, Chuck Liddell, that was my guy, Tito Ortiz. Man, the list goes on. Matt Hughes, George St. Pierre. I mean, these guys are legends. So, man, oh my gosh, if y'all can just go back and look at UFC when it first started and where it is now, there's been a consistency how it evolved.
If I'm not mistaken, UFC started it with the term, it was known as Rage in the Cage, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember when I was young, man. I was freaking, I think I was in junior high still or something like that, man, when it was Rage in the Cage back in Arizona, man. The events going down there, you know what I'm saying? I was like, what's this, man? This is intense, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you had, if I'm not mistaken, when it started, LeVar, back when it was those days, they didn't have any weight classes, right? They didn't have any divisions.
Correct. They matched each other kind of sort of close by weight. You know, they had their weigh-ins and stuff like that. But UFC has evolved. You know, you used to have Pride Fighting and all that stuff. So, you know, hey, Andre Berto, his father, I believe used to fight in Pride. So it's phenomenal how MMA, as far as the UFC, has just evolved. I know I keep saying that, but if you're not a fan of the sport, you can become a fan of the sport. And I'm not trying to lead anybody away from boxing, but I think with everybody that tunes into the show, we're just ready to see the best fight the best. And that's why Dana White is making all this money, and this is why his pay-per-view numbers are high, because the best are fighting the best. They're not afraid. They're not. The Diaz brothers, I mean, man, you cannot go wrong. You have, like I said, Ronda Rousey, Holly Holmes, who was a former champion boxer who went to the MMA, and she done great. She gave Ronda Rousey her first loss. So at the end of the day, man, it's phenomenal the type of fighters that they have, and it's only gonna get better. And to be honest with you, these guys and these ladies and gentlemen, they're not making the money that some of these boxers have. Some of them don't even have the insurance, but at the end of the day, they're putting their lives on the line to entertain us. And that's the thing about Dana White. Not only does he hold the fighters accountable of matching the best versus the best, but when it comes to the judging, if there's a bad scorecard, he voices his opinion right then and there about it at the press conference. So you got to give kudos to the man. Some people like him, some people hate him, but he's doing what's right for his sport.
And you always see rematches, man. Constantly see rematches. Not like in boxing,
Facts.
you don't, of course not. But you had Conor. Speaking of Conor versus Poirier, right? If I'm not mistaken, they had a couple fights in. You know, I think if I'm not mistaken, the last fight Conor McGregor had is when he broke his ankle. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see them fight again, man. I would love it. You know what I'm saying? Poirier, if I'm not mistaken, Poirier fought Gaethje too, if I remember correctly. But I do remember Gaethje versus Ferguson, definitely, man. I love that fight. And like I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't see the Gaethje versus Fizzy fight that just happened Saturday night, freaking Gaethje, man. You know, this is exactly why we're taking time to speak about this. You know what I'm saying? Because as y'all know, like I said, those who have been rocking this for a minute here on the channel, man, I have pushed UFC content, MMA content, and I appreciate the sport, definitely, man. And what we saw Saturday night, man, amazing stuff. And what Dana White is saying, I'm not tripping over what he's saying, man. I mean, he has a point. Dana White has a point of what he said, man. You know, he just recently pushed out. I think it was in one of the I think it was in the post-fight press. I don't know. And with this whole Usman and Edwards event, you know what I'm saying? So, and I didn't know either, LeVar. It was in the O2. I didn't know it was in the O2, man. And I thought it was going to come on a little bit later at night. And I was like, yeah, we're going to watch these fights later at night. You know what I'm saying? But no, it came on. These fights came on early, you know, the event. So yeah, man, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Oh yeah, it was, I just remembered it was Brandon, what we're talking about, trilogies and 4 fights in a freaking Brandon Figueroa versus, no, it was Figueroa. What the freak am I? I'm mixing boxing names. Brandon Moreno versus Figueiredo or something like that. Some Brazilian guy. You know, they fought 4 freaking times. 4 times, man. Brandon got the victory in the 4th fight. I mean, beautiful stuff. And I like LeVar. You know, I like watching certain fighters that don't do too much clinching and ground fight. You know, I definitely respect the submission game, but you didn't see that, man, with Gaethje and this Fizzy fight. You didn't really see it with Usman versus Edwards, bro. Were they clinching much in that fight? I didn't see too much, but they did. They did. And this is it, LeVar. I want to real quick point on this. It seems like, bro, I don't know, over in the O2 where they were fighting, I don't know if you heard the crowd, LeVar, but every time Edwards and Usman clinched, when they were up against the fence and clinching, the crowd was booing, bro. Okay, is this something that, okay, this is new to me, okay? Because like I said, I don't follow, you know, MMA too much, but I do like to see fights from time to time. Serrano, speaking of LeVar, you know, the transition certain boxers have done, you know, to MMA. Amanda Serrano, right? She has a little MMA career. She had it at least. Clarissa Shields, right? So when these fighters, okay, when they're clinching, is that a new trend, LeVar, where fans don't like it, or has it always been like that? Because in the O2 Saturday night, when Usman and Edwards were clinching, the crowd boo, boo. So do they? What's up with that?
It all depends on location where the fight is being held. For the Edwards versus Usman 3, of course, because they want to see. You know, the thing about MMA and the UFC, the fans want to see a knockout. You know, they don't mind, you know, fights going the distance as long as it's competitive. But I think it depends on location, because you got to understand, in MMA, when you clinch, there's more that you can do than what you can't do in boxing. You know, if you clinch in boxing, you can't throw any punches. The ref has to separate you. But in MMA, you can throw any type of strike. It can be an elbow, it can be a punch, it can be a knee. So there's many things that you can do when you're clinching. But some fans just want to see them get it on. The thing about Edwards, he fights out of the UK. So, you know, they just wanted to see him, you know, knock out Usman again, because in Edwards versus Usman 2, Usman was beating him. Like, he was beating him from the first round all the way to the fifth. And I think and I believe with the last minute of the round, that's when Edwards hit him with that beautiful head kick that knocked him out. So I think people wanted to see a knockout. Some people love to see striking. They don't love to see clinching or taking them to the ground. Some people just want to see fighters, fight straight up, with just punching. So every fan is different.
Okay, got it.
Correct.
Got it. Yeah, I'm one of those fans and that's why I watch MMA from time to time. Like I said, I do watch some fights. I just don't speak too much on it because I'm not I'm far from expert on this stuff. But there are select few fighters I like to watch fight who with the striking game, the knees, the boxing abilities, the leg kicks, pop. When it comes to the submission stuff, I like it. It's okay. But when they stay there freaking 20 minutes down there, it's like, come on, get up, man. Man up. Let's go. Stand up, toe to toe. And it's funny because Bob Arum. Oh, it was a minute ago, man. Ariel, I mentioned this some time ago, recently. Ariel was interviewing Bob Arum some time ago. Who the heck knows when it was, where it was? It was a while. The clip's out there. It's out there on, it's out there on YouTube. You can find it, put Bob Arum, Ariel. And it's funny because Bob Arum, and I don't agree with what Bob Arum was saying, but I do agree with Bob Arum in this, that, they lay on the ground and, they're just sitting there. Bob Arum, he doesn't like that. He's a fan of boxing. He likes to see them, toe to toe boxing it out. I like it when it comes to MMA. The knees, clean knee shots, elbow shots, bam. You know what I'm saying? I love that, and that's what Gaethje brings. That's what Ferguson brings. I mean, Ferguson is a different style fighter, but he did that when he fought Gaethje. This Fizzy fight Saturday night, man, versus Gaethje, clean toe to toe stuff, clean, man. And that's beautiful. I love that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And Bob Arum, man, he was like, man, these guys, it was funny because he was like, stereotyping the fans, bro. He's like, these are all a bunch of skinheads with tattoos that like to, but that was just funny. But I don't agree with that, obviously. But no, yeah, I do definitely appreciate these aspects of MMA. And I didn't know that, LeVar, that there's different types of fans when it comes to that. Some because we noticed that in the O2. They were booing when they were clinching. I was like, whoa, fans boo on this kind of stuff too? Wow. You know what I'm saying? So, but generally, bro, what do you got on this? What's your post-fight reaction on this whole, trilogy between Usman and Edwards, man?
Great fight. To me, when I was watching the fight, Usman looked kind of flat. He looked kind of slow. His punches weren't fast. Some of his punches were wide. He wanted it. It seemed like his mind was there, but his body wasn't reacting like the way that it should. But I do have to give kudos to Usman because his chin lasted. He got brutally knocked out by a headshot in the second fight, but this fight ended up going all 5 rounds. Edwards had his moments to where he was doing good. Do I think that Edwards deserved the victory? Absolutely. But there are some holes in his game that he has to fix. I think he's okay mentally, but when things get deep, I think that's where he's gonna kind of sort of break a little bit, and he's beatable. I just think that the best man won last night. I think Usman just didn't have enough in the gas tank to try to win the fight, or had enough to win the fight. But there's great opportunities for Edwards. I think they're talking about Colby Covington next. Colby Covington, he fought Usman twice. Usman ended up beating him twice. So at the end of the day, Dana White is trying to make the next best fight for Edwards, and I believe it's going to be Colby Covington that's going to be next. But like I said, Edwards is a great fighter. He just has to go in there and work on some things. When Usman was able to take him down to the ground. I
was going to mention that. I think he took him down a couple times. Didn't he have a couple takedowns?
Yeah, he took him down a couple times, but some of that could have been avoided. You get what I'm saying? He was able to stand back up and get out of the clinch. But he's not. He's a good fighter, but he's not a complete fighter as of yet. He beat the best guy one of the best guys. But I just there's something about his style that gets to me a little bit, to where I can see somebody exposing him a little bit, if that makes sense. Yeah.
And definitely salute, man. Salute to them. And that was a clean fight too, man. That was a clean. There's a couple clinches in there that I didn't really like, but generally it was a clean fight, man. Very wonderful fight, wonderful event, man. Definitely a wonderful event. Saturday night, Saturday midday, whatever time they pushed over there in the O2. Real quick, man. Boxing MMA. Let's see the comment here. Exactly, LeVar. UFC are putting on the fights fans want to see. That's why UFC are killing it, selling out every event, and pay-per-view sales are through the roof. I remember some time ago, man, I mentioned this from time to time when it comes to this. Dana White, I pushed a couple videos on it when Dana White was talking about getting into the sport of boxing, into the business. But it was the same complaint as we just heard recently. You know what I'm saying? We just heard what we talked about a moment ago when Dana White came out saying, welcome to boxing, boys. You know what I'm saying? I don't agree everything with what Dana White's saying, because I am enjoying the sport. I think the more you know about it, the more you'll enjoy it. But at the same time, Dana White, he knows he's speaking from a historical standpoint, when it comes to the sport of boxing. So years ago, man, Dana White wanted to, come into this. I don't know why he didn't. Maybe it was the funds, because LeVar, these fighters aren't going to ask for peanuts. They're not going to accept peanuts, bro. And, everybody knows the story when it comes to Dana White and how he pays his fighters, man. I mean, I think that's a controversial thing. I think it's a sad thing. I think these MMA fighters, man, they deserve a lot more, LeVar. They deserve a lot more. They're receiving kicks. They're receiving freaking, submission. Submission. They can freaking break necks in there, dude. They can. Your neck can be broken. Go ahead, Laura.
Absolutely. I mean, some of the top named men and women of the UFC, they do make a lot of money. It would be kind of hard for Dana White to do that, because once again, in the sport of boxing, you have too many organizations. There's too many belts. It's like what you mentioned earlier. You have in the UFC, you have the champion, and then you have somebody interim. There's not a lot of belts.
That's it. Yeah.
Correct, and that's it. It would be kind of hard, but I wouldn't. Dana White would find a way. But Dana White wants to make as much money as he can. He doesn't like a lot of hands in the cookie jar, if you know what I mean.
That's the part. Where I would think, like I said, years ago, he tried to get in the sport of boxing. That's why I cover it on the channel. Years ago, it was a while ago. I pushed a couple videos on it where Dana White wanted to get in the mix of the sport because he was complaining about that. You know what I'm saying? Just like WWE co-president, I forgot her name, but I think it's Vince McMahon's daughter.
Stephanie McMahon.
There you go. Thank you. She's the co-CEO or something like that. Just pushed a video on that recently, talking about that when it came out, you know what I'm saying, where she was also saying, the sport of boxing has too many belts, and that was Dana White's complaint. Also, he tried to get in the sport, but for some reason or another, he didn't. And I think that's where he would have a problem with where paying fighters, man, you know what I'm saying? It would be kind of hard for him because he's so used to paying these MMA fighters a lot less than what they should make, in my humble opinion. I think it would be hard for him to do that. If he were to find a way, like you said, LeVar, I mean, it would be wonderful. I think Dana White would be able to do something nice. But like you said, LeVar, that's the thing about it. We all know it. Too many freaking hands in the cookie jar in the sport of boxing. Too many. And I think Dana White, bro, he could bring something nice into the sport of boxing. But will he do it? I doubt it. I doubt he ever will. You know what I'm saying? I think he's focused too much on the stupid slap league. That's another show right there, man. That slap league is stupid, LeVar. My gosh. What possessed this guy's mind to do that, bro? I just pushed a video. I think I did push video. I don't remember. Did I? The UFC slap league, bro, it closed its first season with the lowest ratings, bro. Good. Get that nonsense out of here, bro. Bro, there's a lot of people on social media. They're freaking against it. Hopefully, Dana White, man, cancel that stupidity, man. I'm sorry, but that's really stupid. I'm sorry, not sorry. These guys, man, I mean, oh my God, those people are signing up for that slap league stuff. Jeez Louise, ladies and gentlemen, jeez Louise. But anyways, but yeah, I do agree to a certain point what Dana White was saying, man, concerning this whole Usyk and freaking Tyson Fury stuff. And it is what it is, man. That's big. We got Ricky, Will, and my God, what's going on, bro? How you doing, man? If you're driving out there in your truck, bro, stay safe in that driving. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Ricky Williams, I think it's snowing where he is. LeVar, when he was on Friday, it looked like it was cold out there. I was going to ask him about the weather over there. It looks like it was kind of snowing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was snowing there in Minnesota. He put a couple of things on IG he pushed a couple of IG videos short.
He's up north.
Yeah,
Man, so.
Him shoveling his driveway and stuff like that. So salute to the big bro Ricky Williams.
Salute, man, to our guy right there. When did UFC and Bellator do business together? I'll wait. No, they haven't. I don't think they have. yeah.
I haven't seen anything. Only thing that I've seen is like I've seen like UFC fighters that that if they don't renew a contract or if they decide to leave the UFC, they go to Bellator. Or for instance, Chris Cyborg, she's a phenomenal fighter. She started off with Bellator, won a couple titles, and she came to the UFC to do her thing. So I've seen fighters from both companies, leave to go to the other. But if that were to ever happen, they probably could kick off something like major down the road or in the future if they were to do that, if they were to come together. That wouldn't be a bad idea, but at the end of the day, I've never seen them do business together.
But if they were to do business together, Bellator and UFC, it would probably pop up nicely, wonderfully at the beginning, but then eventually it would get to trickling into the boxing problems, bro. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, your side of the street, screw all that, man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm not signing because of this, and then we would see the stupid nonsense on Twitter, LeVar, that we constantly see from time to time again when it comes to sport of boxing. Tell your promoter this and this guy, and then all these guys. It would just, I think it would eventually be like that, LeVar.
Yeah, and once again, everybody, we were just talking about the fight this past weekend between Edwards and Usman, and we're not trying to have y'all to leave one sport for the other. We're just having little conversation about what we seen, because I believe the other big bro, shouts out to BFTB, he went live during that fight, and he actually called it, I believe. So we're just up here, just talking about it a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And Gaethje, like I said, y'all, if you didn't see that Gaethje Fizzy fight, dang, man, y'all got to go watch that, man. Gaethje got some boxing skills up in that bad boy, man. Ricky says here exactly. So why is it that UFC gets all the praise? All their fights are in-house. Good point. But then again, UFC has a lot of great fighters, man. That's the thing. They have a lot of really good fighters, man. Really highly skilled elite fighters in there, you know what I'm saying? And that's why he matches them up, and that's why they get great turnouts in their events, LeVar.
Yes, I mean, that's the thing about it. Once again, we talk about, yes, it's in-house, but he also doesn't have a lot of belts. There's only 2, which is normally the champion and interim. But then over in boxing, we have a lot, and that's the thing. Dana White, he's even mentioned this on to the press that he wants to make the biggest fight for the UFC. So at the end of the day, it's you cannot, if you were to go back and look at all the pay-per-view that Dana White has done for the UFC, they've been successful. They've really been successful because he has fighters at different weight classes, a lot of fighters at different weight classes that don't mind fighting each other 2, 3 to 4 times. But what do we keep talking about in the sport of boxing? We keep talking about Bud and Spence.
Yeah, and now Usyk and freaking Fury, you know what I'm saying? But
right.
Yeah, it
so
is
we
what
just,
it is, man.
It's like but it's like what everybody's been saying. Everybody's been saying we're not getting the best quality fights in the sport of boxing. I get that. I understand that. And us as the fight fans, we want to see the best. But why aren't we seeing the best fight the best? It's because either it's dealing with promotional companies or it's dealing with the fighters that don't want to fight each other because they think that one loss on their record is going to define their career. Once again, the last time I checked, Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, may he rest in peace. He has some losses on his record, but he's in the Hall of Fame, right?
I think there's a lot of when Don King was around. I think that's when it was popping, bro. Like when it. As much as UFC right now, you know what I'm saying? The model, I think the model was more like Don King. I think Don King had more of the model Dana White's model, man.
Well, here okay. Let me backtrack a little bit. I think when it comes to best fighting the best, it's only for certain fighters. Look what they want Jermell Charlo to do. Right? He's fighting the best in his division, right? And then next is going to be Tim Tszyu. Everybody's praising Tim Tszyu, right? So I think it depends on the actual fighter itself. So Mel, they want Mel, and Mel's been fighting the best. He's going to continue to fight. They're going to continue to put the best in front of Jamel. But why isn't it not happening for the other fighters? And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. So they're going to be using Mel as an example? Usyk and Fury should be fighting, because then that'll give us our undisputed heavyweight champion. Spence versus Bud should happen. That'll give us another undisputed champion at 147. So at the end of the day, we can say all that we want to say.
Bibble should freaking happen.
Exactly. So these fights can and should be made, but they want to wait. Dana White is not waiting for nobody. So what Dana White is thinking is, okay, boxing, well, y'all gonna keep messing around. Y'all want to wait to make these big fights. I'm gonna go ahead and make these big fights, and I'm gonna steal the money that you're supposed to be making from pay-per-view. I'll just take it. Once again, somebody name me a MMA card, a UFC card that was horrible. I'll wait. But then name me a boxing card that was horrible. There's a lot that we can name. Renee, if I'm lying, tell me I'm lying.
No, sir.
And like I said, I love boxing, but at the end of the day, we preach about telling the truth. Let's not lie. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a bean. That's what I'm doing. Numbers don't lie. That's all I'm saying. I would love to see the numbers for Usman versus Edwards 3, especially over in a different country. So not only you're talking about the U.S., but over in the O2 Arena, because that was a packed house. It was packed. So if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, people.
And just look at the press conferences, man, in these events, man. These UFC freaking whoa! Look at the crowds in that. That's popping, man. Those weigh-ins, those press conferences, man. Those places are packed, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I have nothing against the sport of boxing, but once again, every time when I tune into somebody's channel, right? I tune into a boxing channel. When are we going to see the best fight the best? That's all I hear.
They're constantly, yeah, exactly. And we're just talking about this because Dana White, threw it out there. He just threw it out there. You know what I'm saying? So. Dana White has a point, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. I'm enjoying the sport. You already know me, man. I enjoy the fights I'm seeing, but of course there are some fights that need to happen. Like, Dana White just came out pushing saying, and it is what it is, man, what Dana White's talking about. So, I mean, we get it. We definitely get it, and we've been seeing it, and hopefully there's going to be some kind of change, incrementally. I think we are seeing it now. Like I said this a while ago, man, these young fighters up in the sport of boxing, they're coming up and they want to fight, they want to fight the best. They want legacy. You know what I'm saying? More of them want legacy, and I think we're seeing a change, but we'll see what happens, man. So, big ups to what Dana White said. Not everything that he has done or represents, no, but, what he has said, I respect it, man. I get it. What Dana White's saying, man. And it is what it is. Definitely, man. It is what it is. So, just to conclude, man, if you guys didn't see the Edwards and Usman fight, go check that out. If you didn't see Gaethje and the co-main, Gaethje versus Fizzy, man, that was beautiful fight right there, man. And salute to Gaethje, the winner. Salute to Edwards, the winner. You know what I'm saying? Definitely wonderful event. So, all right, man, we're gonna get it. It's time, LeVar. We did that for Fluff News, but we spent like 40 freaking minutes on that one. Wow, good stuff. Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So now we're going to talk about Benavidez and Plant final prediction, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final right here. Now, but before we get to that, Chris Colbert, no one's talking about LeVar. No one's talking about it, and I think it's worth talking about, man. Chris Colbert versus El Rayo Valenzuela, man. They're going to be going at it. These two prospect contenders, whatever you want to call them. I think they're contenders. They're contenders. Yeah, they're contenders. Okay. But top contenders. They're coming off losses. Chris Colbert hasn't been in the ring for a while, LeVar. That's what gets me there. That's what picks at me, bro. Chris Colbert has been out the ring for a long time, bro. Ever since that loss. I get it. Sometimes these fighters take losses like it's the end of the world. I get it, man. I do get it. But Chris Colbert, man, he should be a little bit more active, man. He's talking about he wants to come back. He wants to get back in there. You know what I'm saying? Great opponent. They're This is a close one, man. I like this fight. You know, Valenzuela versus Chris Colbert. I like it. They're both coming off losses. They're both hungry. They want to get back in there and prove it. You know what I'm saying? What do you got on this, LeVar? As Rayo Valenzuela, you know, he's with the Benavidez camp. You know what I'm saying? And Chris Colbert. I mean, I personally got Chris Colbert, the more skilled fighter. But you know, I don't know. I kind of got Chris Colbert winning this one, man. But what do you think generally, man? Can Chris Colbert make a great comeback, LeVar?
He can make a great comeback. It just depends on his mindset. He has the skill set, but it's the mind. How's he going to be after one, being out of the ring for a long period? Well, one, the loss, you know, him losing. Two, being out of the ring for a long time. And just where he is mentally. I mean, at the end of the day, I believe he gained a lot of weight after that loss. It was to Garcia, right? So he gained a lot of weight. So it just depends on what he wants to do. And if this camp was for him to train, or if this camp was for him to lose weight. So it just all depends. It's going to be up to Chris Colbert. Me personally, I was never sold on Chris Colbert. He's flashy, but he didn't wow me. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, like I really need to be, you know, following this guy. You know, he was just doing everything that we've seen every other fighter do. So it's all about him just taking his craft seriously. You know, for me, I don't like all the, you know, coming in there with the pink hair and all that stuff. I mean, if that's your gimmick, then by all means, just like Blair Cobbs, you know, he's woo, you know, Ric Flair. Okay, all right, cool. If that's what you want to do, that's on you. But you know, he lost, right? Anyway, I just think that Chris Colbert, he just got to stay focused. You stay hungry, stay focused. If you can do that, you know, the sky's the limit. Sharpening your skill set, focusing on your skill set. And I think with him, he's just worried about trash talking, you know, calling out the other names, the other big names, and then you lose. So at the end of the day, it didn't surprise me. He's a cocky fighter. You know, some of these cocky fighters, they always go down with the ship. You know, when somebody who they're expecting to beats them. So at the end of the day, he just has to stay grounded, level-headed, and just remember what got him there, and just stay focused. That's it. Because I think
what it is.
I think Mike Tyson said it's 90% mentally and then 10% physically. So at the end of the day, it's the mind.
You know, I see when it comes to that, it looks like Valenzuela, man. He's hungrier. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be a really fun fight to watch. I think it's a co-main. I just don't remember. We got Joey Spencer also on the card. So it's gonna be great, man. Saturday night is gonna be popping, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Plant versus Benavidez. Final breakdown, man. Okay. Everybody's talked about it. Everybody's exhaustified it, you know what I'm saying? As far as, you know, the weaknesses, the abilities, the skills. With Plant, Timothy Bradley just came out saying, LeVar, I just want to throw this in here. Timothy Bradley came out saying that Plant can break mentally. Speaking about the mentals, bro. He said that, man. Timothy Bradley talked about, you know, he has all the skills. Plant has all the skills. Plant has, you know, all the beauty, the flash, whatever you want to call it in the ring. But the mentals, man, he can break, you know, and Benavidez pressure, y'all know it, ladies and gentlemen. Benavidez pressure can break Plant mentally. Timothy Bradley. Now, I know a lot of people, you know, I guess they don't like Timothy Bradley for whatever reason. I really don't care, you know what I'm saying? But I respect to a certain degree what Timothy Bradley says, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The fighters he's fought, his career, he has experience. And let's not knock Timothy Bradley and say, hey, you're an idiot, you don't know nothing. You can't say that about Timothy Bradley. You know what I'm saying? He got experience in that ring. He knows what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? I know he's talked some biased things when it came between Bud and Spence, but who cares? Bud and Spence, whatever. That's fantasy La La Land stuff now. You know what I'm saying? We're over that. We've been over that for a minute, so whatever. But I know that Timothy Bradley rubs people the wrong way, you know what I'm saying, sometimes. But when it comes to this, I think he has a point. That's what I'm getting at, ladies and gentlemen. I think Timothy Bradley has a point. When he talked about Plant, he can break mentally in that ring. Now, just like our guy Ricky Williams, salute to our guy, you know what I'm saying? He talked about, and it's true, man. It's big facts. You can't debate facts. Plant has been in the ring with better competition in Canelo. That's it. Okay, I think I can say that's it, right, LeVar? I think I can say that's it. The common opponents, from what I remember at least, from what I can, I think they had a couple. Benavidez and Plant had a couple common opponents. One, I think it was a guy they called Porky or something. I think that was him. Benavidez, they have that common opponent in him. They have the common opponent in Durrell, LeVar. But when it comes to Canelo, I mean, that took the cake right there when it comes to, you know, Plant and his resume. So they do have a common opponent in Durrell, but that's a good point though, LeVar. That Plant fighting Canelo, I think he learned a lot, bro. I think he learned a lot. Now, this is the thing, LeVar. I'm not. This is the thing. This is where a lot of people, you know, they're kind of getting over excited about. Plant knocking out Durrell was wonderful and amazing, but it was Durrell, man. You know what I'm saying? All due respect, but it was Durrell. It doesn't mean that he's going to come in there and, you know, oh my gosh, he just learned so much from the Canelo fight. Look what he did to Durrell. I mean, yeah, Durrell's not the gauge to really show that. You know what I'm saying? All due respect to Durrell, definitely. But Durrell's towards the end. It is towards the end of his career, man. He's shot. It's over. You know what I'm saying? I love Durrell, but, man, you know, just the point he's at in his career. So, LeVar, what do you think, man? Do you think that Plant can break mentally in that ring against Benavidez?
Yeah, if it starts to get hot in that ring. The thing here's okay. My personal opinion. This is my personal opinion. Everybody has their own. Plant likes to show too much respect to his opponents. You know, and the late great Kurt Anderson that you've had on the show, we've done a show with him. He said, you know, I'm really not sold on Caleb Plant. He hasn't fought nobody. Kurt said, hey, when it comes to Canelo's going to beat him. What happened? When I saw Caleb Plant fight Truex, that fight right there, I just knew. But like I said, when he fought Canelo, he was hanging in there with Canelo. He was boxing, but he showed Canelo too much respect. He cannot do that against David Benavidez. I'm telling y'all something, man. This look that David Benavidez has in his eyes. Remember, Renee, I told you about Camposis and Tio. Yeah, I said Camposis has his look. I'm seeing that same look and that same hunger. Because at the end of the day, David Benavidez has more to lose. Because he wants that fight against Canelo. Because we already seen Caleb Plant fight Canelo. Do people really want to see another Plant versus Canelo too? No. People really want to see Canelo versus David Benavidez. David has this look in his eyes. And I'm not knocking off Plant that Plant can't. Because Plant can box. Yes, he can. But does he have enough firepower to keep David off of him if David is able to close those if he's able to cut off the ring on Plant? That's the thing. Yes, Plant asked for a bigger ring, but Plant can't get tired. What happened? Plant got tired against Canelo, and look what happened. He's not going to be able to do that. This fight, there's bad blood with the both of them, but David Benavidez, he has this look in his eyes, man, that just, I have a lot to lose. Because you're right, Caleb Plant has fought the better opposition and opponents. David Benavidez, he's like, avoid it. So when you get a fight like this, you're gonna get, you're hungry. So there's a lot of what ifs. I think Plant's key to victory is using his jab, boxing and moving, and not showing a lot of respect to David Benavidez. He's going to have to hit David Benavidez with something. That power that we saw against Durrell, that knocked out Durrell, he's going to have to hit him with something like that to earn Benavidez respect. But once again, when it comes to that knockout that Plant did against Durrell, that's what Plant was supposed to do against a 38-year-old fighter that was a shell of himself. We've done talked about this before. He's going to have to hit David with something that's going to keep David at bay. He cannot gas out. If Plant gasses out, it's over. You can have all the feet in the world, but he gasses. That's the problem. And Canelo did it just right. And what I mean by that is, Yeah, he was outboxing Canelo, but Canelo was slowing him down to the body and to the hip. Canelo punches on the hip. And if you ever got like if you ever banged your hip on something like a corner of the table or something like that, that's painful. It
hurts, man.
It hurts, and it slows. It has you walking differently. So at the end of the day, that's what Plant is going to have to do. He's going to have to box and move and hit David Benavidez with something that's going to keep him at bay. Now, for David Benavidez, big bro, he's going to have to cut off that ring. If he doesn't cut off that ring against Caleb Plant, it's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long night.
Real quick, speaking of this, okay, they just brought it up. Benavidez on all these interviews, right? All these interviews these guys are getting, Benavidez did talk about that. He said, oh, yeah, cut off the ring. Y'all think, I'm paraphrasing it, y'all think I don't know how to cut off the ring? I don't have to do it with all these other guys. I don't have to because I'm taking them out. I'm beating them down. I don't need to use that. It's interesting because he said, bro, David Benavidez said that, like what Ryan Garcia said. Now, this is these guys are different. These guys are totally different, okay? I'm not trying to compare skill. Of course not. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is they said the same freaking thing practically, LeVar. They said that, Ryan Garcia talked about, again, this whole lead up to the, Tank fight. He says, Ryan Garcia said, I don't have to use the skills that y'all are talking about. Y'all saying I don't have no skills. Y'all saying I don't have no footwork. Y'all saying I don't have a jab, whatever, the boxing tools. I have all that. I've been in the amateur since blah, 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 and whatever, right? I haven't used them because I don't need them in the ring. I'm knocking these guys out. I'm taking them out. I'm beating them. That's what Ryan said, okay? But it's funny, LeVar, because David Benavidez comes out saying practically the same thing. Now, I put more weight, LeVar. Here we go. I put more weight on what Benavidez says with this. Because Benavidez, and we talked about, I just salute to my guy, Monty Brown. You know what I'm saying? I put in the chat there, listening to his live show last night. I say, Benavidez, he's a no-nonsense guy. He's not going to just, he don't play games. Benavidez, y'all got to understand who David Benavidez is. And Plant, too, of course. But I'm just talking about this aspect. David said this, LeVar. He said, I know how to do all these things, man. I just haven't needed them. I'm beating these guys down. I don't need to use them. But believe me, y'all going to see what I got. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show you some stuff. So I'm telling you, LeVar, if he's not showing it with all these other fights and he's beating these dudes down, he's beating them down, bro. If he's not, he doesn't need to use those things. And if he's going to use other things that he knows how to use, other tools in that toolbox, okay, let's pull them out. Against Plant? Oh my gosh, dude. All right, Dungeon Talk. God, hey, what's going on, bro? I appreciate you. Thanks so much for jumping in the building, man. We got a Dungeon Talk up in the building. He says he agrees with LeVar's assessment. I do too. I haven't heard it like that either on Cobra. I haven't heard it broken down like that too, what LeVar's saying. I definitely agree. And what he has to say, what LeVar said, it makes me more like this to fight, with Valenzuela and Colbert. So, it's going to be a fun fight night. I'm telling y'all, ladies and gentlemen, you got to tune in Saturday night. Definitely. Thanks so much for jumping in the building, Dungeon Talk. So, he says, Benavidez is coming to seek and destroy. I like Plant, but if Plant runs that, that's the thing I was going to say a moment ago. When LeVar was talking about this, LeVar, I think he is going to gas out, bro. And this is the thing, LeVar. Listen, watch this. I'm going to be very disappointed in Plant, bro. I'm going to be disappointed in Plant if he gasses out a freaking Gan, bro. Like he did against Truex. That type of competition, seriously, you're gassing out on that dude? If he gassed out on Canelo, Darrell, no, but Darrell, you know what I'm saying? I get it. He didn't gas out there, but if he gasses out with Benavidez, LeVar, if you're gassing out again and falling into the same problems you've been falling into for a minute in your career, against Benavidez, you deserve to lose, man. You deserve to get beat down. You deserve to get beat, because if you don't correct that, what are you correcting then? Go ahead, LeVar.
Like I said, I like both fighters. Don't get it wrong. He can't. Caleb Plant. He cannot take any unnecessary shots like he was taking against Darrell, because there was moments where Darrell was touching him up a little bit. He can't do that against David Benavidez. David Benavidez is the younger, fresher fighter. Caleb Plant. Not only would he have to use his boxing IQ, but his experience. He's been there. He's been to the big dances way more than David Benavidez. So his experience, ring IQ, is going to have to come into play, but he cannot tire out. Because for 1 minute, if you don't think that David Benavidez didn't look at that Canelo versus Plant fight, the you know the tape or whatnot, you got something, man. Something's wrong with you. So he's gonna try to mix in some other things. He's gonna try to do some other things that Canelo couldn't do. So it took Canelo a minute to break down Caleb Plant. But I do believe that Benavidez, he's gonna throw some combinations. He's gonna throw some punches and bunches. But Caleb Plant just gotta be smart. He's gonna have to be smart about everything. Use his IQ, ring IQ. Use his feet. And it's all about that tank. The gas out.
Final predictions up in this, baby. Let's get it. DP Rock is over. Hey. My guy, go subscribe to DP Rocka, man. He got the content also, man. He has a channel also. Definitely go subscribe my guy, DP Rocka. The mentals, I think, is wonderful on both parts, even though I didn't mention what Timothy Bradley talked about. I think, Plant, both of these guys, I mean, they're human beings, you know what I'm saying? Any of these fighters can, break mentally in a fight, you know what I'm saying? They can. I think the aggressive aspect, LeVar, is on Benavidez' side. The no respect factor is on Benavidez' side. Possibly even the power factor is on Benavidez' side. Not necessarily the skill factor is on Benavidez' side. Obviously, everybody knows in their mama it's on Plant's side. Another thing, LeVar, is this. I don't think the power Plant has. Like I said, I think we're getting a little bit overrated with the whole he knocked out Durrell. You know what I'm saying? He knocked him out. Okay, that's wonderful. But I don't think that's gonna get David Benavidez respect, LeVar. I don't think Benavidez is gonna respect that power, bro. He's gonna laugh and do that psychotic smile, and he's gonna go more, bro. And then Plant, if that happens, watch this. We're talking about 12 rounds of a freaking fight. Okay, this is 12 rounds. They're not 8, not 6, not 10, 12, man. You know what I'm saying? And if Plant, that's discouraging, LeVar. It's discouraging. Now watch this. This discourages a fighter. I've been in that ring before, lady. Now, no, I'm not a pro, but I've been in there. You know what I'm saying? I've been in there through some sparring wars. It's discouraging when you hit a fighter with power and it don't do nothing. It's discouraging. Pop! And you think they're gonna back up, and they keep. You're like, oh, dang it! And you're gonna. And this is LeVar, where it's tiring, bro. LeVar, everybody's talking about it. Plant used the ring wonderfully, and yeah, bigger ring. More energy you're going to consume, baby. I'm telling you, man, bigger ring, then you're going to be running around more and you're going to get tired quick, man. It's tiring. We don't focus on that, LeVar. Sometimes we think, oh, these fighters get so tired, punching. No, the defense is tiring, bro. The more you use your legs, the more you're using the defense, that's tiring, man. So, those are the factors that are on Benavidez' side. I kind of see it, LeVar. I know it might sound weird, but I kind of see Benavidez in the advantage of this fight, man. Go ahead, LeVar. I saw you saying something. Go ahead.
Oh, just real quick, bro. It's just like Floyd Mayweather, when Floyd Mayweather took on Miguel Cotto. Man, Floyd was throwing everything in the kitchen sink, and Cotto was still there. And after the fight, Floyd was like, man, that boy is tough. He's making me think about retiring. So I get what you're saying. It's Plant is just he's gonna have to showcase that power, because the reason why we don't talk about Caleb Plant's power is because what if he doesn't show it in this fight? Everybody else has been talking about his power, but what if we don't see that power in this Benavidez fight? What's going to be the narrative then? What's going to be the narrative? Y'all were talking about his power, so if he doesn't showcase it, then what? What does that mean? So at the end of the day, yes, he's going to have to hit David Benavidez with something. He's just going to have to use his ring IQ, his feet movement, and he's going to have to use his experience. That's going to be the key. If he gasses, it's over.
Oh, man. I can't wait for this fight, man. I can't wait, man. I cannot wait, bro. I'm going to appreciate it. May the best man win. But I'm going to do my prediction, man. I got, like I say, I sometimes suck. Whatever. I don't care. I do got Benavidez, man. I got Benavidez. I said it before in the last show when, Ricky was on here. I said I'm edging it towards Benavidez. I'm edging this for Benavidez, man. When we consider these factors we're talking about, like you said, LeVar, we didn't expound too much on the hunger aspect too. Benavidez, man, Yeah, I got him winning this fight, ladies and gentlemen. I got him. I need to hit in the comments, fam. Comments. Go ahead and make your predictions, man. But I think the pressure busts pipes, LeVar. You know, as always, you know, Kurt, we love you, my guy. We love you, my guy. He talked about it constantly when it comes to a lot of fighters, you know, throughout the years. Those who have tuned into Kurt, man, throughout the years and all these platforms he's been on. Salute to our guy, Blue Blood, too. You know what I'm saying? He's been on there a lot, you know. Constantly you hear it when you talk about him, when he talked about, you know, breaking down fights and fighters of yesteryear and Three Wise Men, you know, that podcast, amazing, with Storm B, the OG. I mean, time and time again, pressure bust pipes. Pressure bust pipes. He would constantly say it, man. You know what I'm saying? I think LeVar, the Benavidez pressure, I think it's going to bust Plant's pipe, bro. I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to knock out, and I don't know if it's a knockout or anything like that, but LeVar, he's not going to respect Plant, bro. He don't care. He don't care about the flashy stuff. He don't care how nice you look. He's going to go in there. He's going to go in there, and it's fight time. Go ahead, LeVar.
You got to think about this, big bro. Why would Caleb Plant ask for a bigger ring? What do you think Benavidez is right now? When a fighter asks for a bigger ring, what does that mean?
I don't want to engage.
But once again, I'm not saying that Caleb Plant can lose, because at the end of the day, it only takes one punch. So, you know, like once again, we were talking about Edwards versus Usman. What happened in that second fight? Edwards was losing the fight. The next thing you know, that fifth round with a minute left, boom, headshot. Usman's out. He's out. He's out for the count. So at the end of the day, anything can happen. But we're going to have to wait and see.
Now, there's another thing. A lot of people are ignoring, too. A lot of people are ignoring this. Benavidez in all these interviews, Plant does have the composure. Freaking wow. You know, Plant composed. He ain't. Man, respect to Plant. You know what I'm saying? He's composed. He doesn't get into the back and forth. He's just chilling. He's like, yeah, we're going to get in there. We're going to do the best we can. And, you know, he's looks like the mentals are definitely there. You know what I'm saying? What Timothy Bradley bringing out what he said a moment ago, that he can break in the ring. Yeah, he can. Any fighter can break, but I don't know if a Plant will break mentally. You know what I'm saying? Possibly, like I said, if he gives him the best shot, he gives Benavidez the best shot, and Benavidez comes forward pressuring more, that might discourage Plant. Oh, dang, dude. And that's the breaking point, baby. Go ahead, LeVar. So
you just hit the nail on the head, big bro. It just all depends if Caleb Plant hits David Benavidez with something, walks through it, that's where he'll start breaking mentally. Or if he starts to gas out, that's where he's going to break mentally. If David Benavidez is being successful, that's where he's going to break. When they came to the Canelo fight, I was looking at just Caleb Plant mannerisms in the ring. One, I was looking at that. I was looking at his mouth. I'm like, hey, is his mouth open yet to where he's breathing hard, where he's starting to gas? Those are all the things that I look at. You know, how's he punching? Okay, if he's throwing a jab, if he's throwing a left jab, is his right hand still up protecting himself? So those are the things that I'm looking for or looking at when I'm watching a fight. You know, I'm just not amazed that these two fighters are getting it on. I'm looking at their skill set and if they're applying those skill sets in the ring. So we're gonna have to wait and see. It's gonna see if Plant can overcome adversity when it comes to gassing out the pressure and everything of Benavidez.
A loss is gonna make or break you as a fighter. A loss will make or break you as a fighter. And this Benavidez fight, LeVar, is my gauge, my personal gauge as a boxing fan, the perfect gauge for Plant. If that loss against Canelo is going to make or break him, not Durrell. Durrell wasn't a maker. It wasn't a make or break, fight for me as far as with, did the loss make or break Plant when he lost to Canelo? Durrell's not the perfect. This is not the gauge to do it. You know what I'm saying? But all due respect, wonderful win. But I think Benavidez, LeVar, this is a wonderful gauge for Plant to see if this loss against Canelo is going to make or break him, man. You know, I can't wait. I can't freaking wait. Go ahead, LeVar. I see you.
The fight against Durrell was to help build up his confidence, to get his confidence level back up to where it needs to be, because he lost to Canelo. So what's a good way of getting a fighter's confidence back up is by putting him in there with somebody like Darrell. Once again, granted, Darrell's 38, but at the end of the day, it was a confident boost because that's what he needs. Because you can't. Could he have taken a David Benavidez fight after Canelo? Absolutely, but his camp knows what type of fighter he is. You got to, and just listening and watching Caleb Plant, he's a smart, intelligent man. But I think this was the right move for them to do in order to get this to fight David Benavidez, was to give him that fight to where he can use all his assets to help build up that confidence level.
That's it. Let me get to chat real quick, man. Let me get to chat. Yeah, make your predictions, family. I got to hear predictions. Go ahead, because I'm about to make mine. I think you already know what I already said it, but Plant has very educated feet and is good. Fortune, David never fought nobody. That's facts. And that's the thing. Same thing with Plant. Plant hasn't fought. That's what makes it beautiful. That's what makes this matchup beautiful. Plant, he hasn't fought somebody like David, man. I mean, it goes vice versa too. So, gosh. But yeah, I got David Benavidez, man. I got him. Now this is another confidence builder for David on the flip side. This is another confident David. You look at this. This is another confidence builder for David because David knows Plant can be knocked out. He lost against Canelo, and it was no freaking SD, UD, MD majority decision. It was a freaking you got knocked out. So, Plant can get knocked out, man. Now it's a totally different story because I know people want to bring up, David Benavidez, he's been down before. But he hasn't been knocked out before. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing right there. You know what I'm saying? David Benavidez and their team knows it. Well, go ahead, LeVar. I see you.
Sorry, big bro. But I do want to give a big salute to Caleb Plant for taking this fight. He's fought, once again, he has fought in the better opponents, but I'm not counting the man out because once again, anything can happen in the sport of boxing. But we're just trying, it's just a prediction. Hey, we could be wrong about our prediction. He can Caleb Plant can totally shock us. It's a prediction. So at the end of the day, once again, I do want to give a big salute to Caleb Plant for taking this fight. He's fought the guys. He's fought the Canelos, and
that's facts, man. That's massive respect to Plant. Massive respect because fighting Canelo and now going to Benavidez, that's massive. Even if he loses, bro, it's like, bro, you stepped up to the big dogs. Now that's massive respect, man. And he set an example to a lot, for all these fighters that should be doing this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's big facts. Big fact teachers in the building, man. Make a prediction, fam, in the chat. Go. Teachers in the building, man. Thank you so much, man. Shakur. Bell out. What's going on? Oh, my God. That's what I'm talking about, man. We got the OG, the big unk on the block. What's going on? Dre Finest, man. What's going on? He says, facts, LeVar. And are they keeping the fundamentals the whole fight? So, man, good point, man. Very, very good point. Thank you guys so much for jumping in the building, man. So we got here. Let me continue here down in the chat. Dre Finest says here, Plant have been trying to fight David for a long time. Now, that's controversial because I remember, I understand. It's a back and forth thing, you know what I'm saying? When Benavidez and Plant, I think they didn't really have fights coming going for them. It was, I don't remember, a couple years ago. At that time, Plant had, I think, the IBF belt, the one that Canelo got. I think it was the IBF, whatever belt it was. And whatever interview it was, they came to Plant and said, hey, man, what about Benavidez? When are you going to fight him? He's like, well, Benavidez has nothing to offer. He don't have a belt. He don't have, and I understand that. David messed it up. David Benavidez messed up his opportunity. And that's what makes him hungrier. That's why he's hungry, man. He knows he screwed up. Benavidez knows he screwed up, man. He screwed it up. He lost WBC twice, man. He don't want to do that anymore. He's screwed up enough, you know what I'm saying? So I think the hunger factor on Benavidez' side is there, man. More. It's just freaking, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Plant ain't hungry. Heck no. And that's what I got to respect Plant all day, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a controversial thing. I really don't know who, you know what I'm saying? But, I personally thought Plant was kind of straying away from it a couple years ago, you know what I'm saying? But no, I get it, man. So, right. Oh, it's all good. Dre Finest, riding with Plant. That's what's up, bro. I got Benavidez winning, though, man. I do. I can't wait for the freaking fight. And if Plant wins, hey, may the best man freaking win. May the best man win. I want to enjoy a fight. Man. Definitely Don Conchones, salute, man. I don't think I've seen you here before, but thanks so much for jumping the Billy, man. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead. If you love a sport of boxing, this is a place for you, man. We don't do no bias talk. We just love a sport. We just love a sport, man. It's as easy peasy here. So go ahead and subscribe. I'm not sure if I've seen you, but hey, thank you so much for jumping the building. He says, Plant, Ben, Duck, and Bennett. You see, that's what I'm saying. It's back and forth, you know what I'm saying? It's back and forth, you know? So I personally incline towards, because I've been following this for a minute, man. I've been following it. You know, I pushed videos about this for a minute. So I personally thought that Plant was kind of straying away from it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, now's the time, LeVar. That's what I'm talking about. Now's the time. Saturday night is the night. Saturday night is the night. Where people are going to put up and shut up. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I do, man. I got to reiterate it. I want to make it clear. I got Benavidez winning. I suck when it comes to predictions and rounds, but I don't know, man. I'm just trying to play it out in my head. Yeah, I do. Snap, man. Snap, crackle, pop. I'm thinking towards the late rounds, LeVar. I think Benavidez is going to take him down, bro. I think he's going to take him down. I think the beating, I think the pressure is going to be there throughout all the rounds. But if Benavidez, here's the problem. If Benavidez is a slow starter, then I think Plant's going to get them rounds in the book. You know what I'm saying? And but still, Benavidez, man, like they say, man, he only gets, you know, as the fights go on, he gets stronger. So if that's the case, if Benavidez gets stronger round by round, it's going to be a long night for Plant. It's going to be a long night for Plant, in my humble opinion. I think I got it. I'm going to call it. This is my prediction. I got Benavidez taking him down, man, later rounds. And not like Canelo did. No, I think it's going to be more of a beating. I think it's going to be more of a punishment type of fight. You know, I think that Benavidez can do that. You know, walking down, try to walk him down. Of course, Plant's going to have some success. I personally think he's going to have some nice rounds where he looks beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But Benavidez, I think he'll figure him out. You know what I'm saying? And he'll know what to do. If not, and if Plant just outworks him, dang, Plant, you're amazing, bro. You're amazing. Okay, Jay Fine says it's not asking David dad. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You know, his dad, why are the dads so mouthy, LeVar? Why are the dads so mouthy when it comes to sport of boxing? The only one who's not really mouthy, and I respect it. Well, he wasn't. Now he's not really. Porter's dad, Kenny Porter. He's not so mouthy, man. But Angel Garcia, freaking Teofimo Sr., Tyson Fury's dad, they're annoying, man. I'm sorry, man. Respect to these guys, they're OGs, but these guys are annoying, bro. It's like, what the frick are you so much in the camera for, man? It's like, same like Tyson Fury's dad, man. Anyways. And, you know, David Benavidez's dad, love him. Amazing. He's real. He's raw. David Benavidez's dad, man, he's a real one, you know? But yeah, these guys are talking a lot. You know, I think just leave the limelight for your kids. You know, leave the limelight for your son. He's the one who's fighting. So just let him talk more. Anyways, let me finish that. George Drake, that's not asking David, dad. He said David is not ready for Plant. Where did he say that, bro? Where did he say that? He said he's not ready for Plant? Nah, dude. I don't think so. Well, I gotta see the context of that. You know what I'm saying? Don Conchones, he's here. Jose Sr. had to give Plant an extra ring and everything Plant. Yeah. I mean, I get it too. We got to get it too, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Plant, I guess you want to call it the A side. He's the, you know, he is. If I'm not mistaken, between these guys, he's the A side. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? Just like what Tank's doing to Ryan. Come on now. Just like what Tank's doing to Ryan. He's setting the whatever you want to call it, clause, rehydration clause. I mean, Tank's the A side. He's calling the shots on it. So that's just how the game is. You know what I'm saying? We got to respect the game. Ryan Garcia himself said it. Hey, it sucks, this and that. I got to do this and that. But I got to respect the game. Hey, a lot of people aren't giving credit to what Ryan's saying, man. Ryan's saying he's speaking some gems, man. He's been speaking some gems in these conferences, man. He said, I got to respect the game. So it is what it is. I got to respect the game. And that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Just to get him in the ring. Yeah, I feel you, Don. I feel you, bro. We got here, Dre Fight saying here, Don, did your parents ever? Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Got to respect the OGs. Definitely respect the OGs, man. Yeah. Yeah, I respect. Even though, like, you know, I'm talking about the dads, the coaches. I mean, hey, I got to respect them. But yeah, they do get annoying with the talk, man. Those guys, my gosh. But yeah, Don Concha says here, I'll say, yeah. No, I'm saying 11. I'm saying 11 or 10 maybe. And not just because of what Canelo did. No. Just because of who Benavidez is, man. I'm not really saying that, oh yeah, you know, but Benavidez is going to do the same thing Canelo. Of course not. They're totally different fighters. But yeah, just the pressure is busting that pipe, man. I feel that's gonna happen. I feel that's gonna happen. David Dad is good for boxing. They not Tio. Yeah, no. Yeah. That's a good distinction right there, bro. Yeah, that's why I said earlier. That's why I just said a moment ago. David's dad's a real one, man. He's a real one. He's a real one. I like him. But yeah, I feel you, man. Oh yeah, Bill. Bill. Yeah, hey. I like Bill too, man. I like Bill Haney. But they got some mouths, man. But yeah, I see a distinction with, Bill Haney and David's dad. Yeah, I see a distinction with those guys. But no, what I'm saying that the point is that the dads, the fathers of fighters, they talk a lot. But that's exactly what it is. That's it, Don. You took that out of my mouth, bro. The Haneys want the smoke. That's what it is. We'll see if they take that Tank smoke. If Tank fight beats Ryan, right? But I think he will. But yeah, we gotta see that. We gotta see Tank and Haney. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see what happens next. But yeah, LeVar, gotta hear your prediction. Go ahead, man. Cook.
I have David Benavidez by stoppage in the 10th or 11th round.
I'm gonna break him down, huh?
Yep, I think he's gonna end up. He's gonna apply pressure. He's gonna try to break him down, cut off the ring. I think that's what he's gonna end up doing. I think I'm gonna keep my eye on Caleb Plant. I'm gonna see how he's gonna be after round 3, because I know in that Canelo fight, around about round 3, round 4, I saw him like his mouth was opening because he was starting to get tired. And the thing about it, he's in there with a younger fighter that maybe be able to cut off the ring quicker than what Canelo could, or what Canelo tried. But I have David stopping him round 10 or 11. If not, it could be earlier. It just all depends.
Plus the stamina factor, bro. David, the stamina factor is, there's no problem, bro. There's no problem with the stamina, man. That's another thing. So yeah, man, I got it. I got Benavidez taking Plant, man. I do. But I want to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy this fight, man. May the best man win. If Plant wins, I'm going to be like, wow, man, Plant, you did that. You know what I'm saying? So, and if that happens, if Plant wins, it's going to be the interim, whatever you want to call it, champ, next for the WBC title. And then, they ain't going to Plant Canelo rematch. Go ahead, LeVar. I saw it.
No, you're cooking, big bro. It's about what we said earlier. It's going to come down to will. Who wants it more? Can boxing politics get involved? Absolutely. It happens all the time. Me personally, I think people are ready to see David Benavidez versus Canelo, because we've already seen Plant versus Canelo. I really believe that if Plant was to fight Canelo again, I would still have to favor Canelo.
Yeah,
me too.
Me too. And now the thing is this, that Plant, okay, Canelo, Guadalajara is near here. I was just in the city where Canelo was last week. I think it was last week. So Canelo talked about, this whole Ryder thing. I know a lot of people don't like that fight. Whatever, it is what it is. But these press conferences, man. This press conference recently, Canelo talked about, they were asking. Obviously, they asked him about Benavidez. That's the question right now with Canelo, and he said, "Well, we'll see." You know what I'm saying? He's not saying no anymore. He's not saying I don't fight Mexicans anymore. He's like, we'll see. We got our fights lined up, but we'll see. Now, I know you already know the story, ladies and gentlemen. Canelo wants to go for that Bivol rematch. Whatever, it is what it is. If this year is that, probably Benavidez and Canelo next year, man. Probably. I got my hopes up on that. So they're not too high, obviously, but it's possible. It's possible, man. So if that happens, that's the fight everyone wants to see, man. Benavidez versus freaking Canelo. So, and I think, I hope it happens. But we're talking about way down the line. But yeah, I don't think anybody. That's the thing, LeVar. Getting back to, I don't think a lot of people want to watch Benavidez. Plant versus Canelo rematch. You know what I'm saying? We all saw what it was. No, that's the thing, Dre. OG. I believe Plant updated his gag tag. That's what I said earlier, bro. That if he doesn't, bro, Plant deserves to lose, man. That's my put on it. You know what I'm saying? If he didn't correct that gas tank problem, I said the same about Anthony Yard. In the lead up to the Beterbiev fight, because he gassed out against Kovalev, and he had a wonderful opportunity to knock out Kovalev, but his freaking gas tank, and I said, if he does the same thing, if the same thing happens against Beterbiev, which happened, he deserved to lose, man. So I feel the same about Plant, that if he did not correct that, it's like, okay, if he did not correct the stamina issue, it's like, what is your team training for then? What you're not correcting your errors or what? What are you training for? You want to look nice in there in the ring or what? I mean, is that what it is only? No. But I think LeVar, Plant has a wonderful team, bro. His dad's amazing. And hey, speaking of dads, respect to Plant's dad, dude. He's a low key type of guy. He just focuses on his son and the craft. And I love that, man. Those are OG trainers right there. You know, Plant's dad, man, awesome. You know, Plant has a wonderful team. I personally think, LeVar, they did work on the stamina. They had to have. If they didn't, you deserve to lose. If they didn't, the Plant deserves a beatdown, bro. I mean, it sounds rude, but that's the fight game, baby. Go ahead, LeVar.
No, hey, I got to talk to the Unk. You know, Dre's finest. He's our Unk. You know, no, I get what you're saying. But he was supposed to update his gas tank for Canelo. That's the key, because if you go back, and I want to say it was All Access when they were having their All Access, you know, he was doing things on the track, especially with his wife. So they were trying to work on his gas tank then. I don't know how this is going to play out, to be honest with you. And what I mean by that is, if they're still working on his gas tank, then it has to be another issue. It has to be something else. I don't know, because and the reason why I say that is because I just remember before Miguel Cotto was gonna fight Floyd. You know, I wouldn't say that Canelo has some gas tank issues, but we all knew that if Canelo was gonna gas out against Mayweather, it was gonna be a long night. So that's why if you look at oh my gosh, what was it? Was it All Access? I think that's when Floyd was fighting on Showtime. You know, Canelo was doing other things, like running up the hills and stuff like that. So he was doing other things to make sure that he wouldn't get tired, because he knew that if he would have fought Floyd and got tired, Floyd would have KO'd him. You know, Floyd would have stopped him. So he did something different than what he was used to doing. So I just hope that, you know, Caleb Plant has fixed his gas tank issue. Hopefully, but if he hasn't, I don't know. I don't know. Should he still be having gas tank issues after fighting Canelo?
No. Now, the other factor here is this, man. Benavidez is younger than Canelo, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's younger. He's way younger than Canelo. He's several years younger than Canelo. Canelo, he has that veteran patience. He has that veteran patience in the ring, bro. He was just, you know, he's just a vet, man. Canelo, I know a lot of people want to hag on him, you know what I'm saying? They want to, but he's a vet, man, and he knows how to time it. He's just patient, man, in that ring. He's patient. Benavidez, he no patient. He's gonna get in there. He's all gas, no brakes, man. You know, that's the youth, and that's gonna test Plant's. That's gonna test Plant's tank, man. If Plant gassed out to a patient Canelo, if he gassed out to a patient Canelo, the question is, will he not gas out against an impatient Benavidez? I'm telling you. Go ahead, LeVar. That's the question, but for me, I think in order for Plant, he has to capitalize on David Benavidez's mistakes too. That's going to be another thing. He's going to have to correct. You know, he's going to, once again, he has to hit him with something that's going to earn his respect. You get what I'm saying? So if he can use his ring IQ, use his jab, make David pay, then Plant can win this fight. He can win. Everything's there. He just has to capitalize. And can he overcome adversity when things starts to heat up in that ring? When things start to heat up in that ring, he cannot go into panic mode. You got to stay, calm, cool, and collect. Cool as a fan, cat. That's what he's going to have to do. But he cannot have. I'm going to have my eye on him. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, round after round, I'm going to be watching Canelo. I'm going to be watching Plant in the corner, man, and Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about the gas issue. Go ahead.
Because remember, big bro, when Plant and Canelo, when they were actually fighting in the ring, you and I were texting each other. I was like, "Hey, bro, he's getting tired." You was like, "Yep, I'm seeing it," and then look what happened. So hopefully he fixed it. hopefully. But do it once again. It's like what I said last week. Yes, yes. David Benavidez is going to bring the pressure, and the good thing about Plant, he's already gone through it with Canelo, so hopefully he'll be able to adjust and pass that test of being pressured by a fighter. There we go.
Man, yep, exactly what we talked about earlier. It's going to make or break a man. That it's going to make her, that loss, that experience that Plant had against Canelo. It's going to make or break him. And I'm not talking about no Durrell. That was no gauge. You know, this is the gauge right here. Benavidez is the gauge. No, I appreciate you, Dre Finest, man. It's good to see you. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see you, fam. You know what I'm saying? Let me get to it real quick. Okay, so Dre Finest has it. Oh no, right here. I missed it. Okay, so they better put everything they have in correcting that issue. Yeah, they better. They better. If not, then the corner got some things to work on, man. They falling in the same freaking thing over and over again generally speaking with fighters. When you see the same fighter, LeVar, falling into the same thing over and over again. Look at Adrian Broner. Ever since his loss to Maidana, he's been falling over the same thing over. And we're talking about in the ring. Out the ring, whatever, that's his life. But in the ring, Adrian Broner, just for a quick example, ever since he lost to Maidana, he was falling over the same, over and over, and the same thing over and over, fight after fight after fight, until now he's at rock bottom right now. You know, and thankfully, I got to reiterate this and give big ups to Adrian Broner and Don King. Hey, wonderful for them. You know, this is Adrian Broner's last chance. This is it. I think this is the last chance in the sport of boxing. And with the sport, this is it. If you don't do something now, he's working on from the now. Adrian Broner is working from the ground up. It's like he's working from the ground up again. So, you know, but that's what's going to happen. You know, if fighters, you know, they're doing the same thing over and over again, that's a big problem. And then you just reach your limit. That's it. You just reach your limit. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Go ahead, LeVar. Or you got something?
I think for Adrian Broner, yes, this is it. This is your last ticket. You know, you're gonna have to do something. But like what I've been saying, if this doesn't work out for Adrian Broner, and no disrespect to him, you know, I can see him going over to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. That's just me.
Whoa, you think because that? No way, bro. Oof.
When you're not, just hear me out. A man would do whatever he has to do to get income to provide for his family.
That's true.
It's boxing, but it's bare knuckle. The ring is smaller, but it's something to where he's accustomed to because he's a boxer. So if all goes wrong, I'm just saying, big bro. Once again, this is just my little theory. This is just mine. I can see him going over there to that. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Austin Trout, if I'm not mistaken, he was signed. When is he fighting anyway? Did he fight already? I don't know. But yeah, he hasn't fought yet.
I think because I want to watch that. I'm definitely gonna have that. But yeah, so I don't see it out of the realm of possibility. But Canelo did gas out on Floyd. Well, I don't think it was just gassing out. It was just he was confused. He was just getting schooled in there, man. The discouragement. He was just. Wow, one of the best performances I've ever seen from Floyd, man, against Canelo. One of the best. Not the best, but one of the best, man, definitely. Dre Finest says there, I will say this, if he had out, he's good night. Yeah, if he gasses out, right. If he gasses out, it's good night. Yeah. Plant must come out attacking David's body from round one. I just don't see him doing that much, bro. I don't see him doing that, man. I kind of see Plant like all these other fighters do, you know, the warm-up rounds, you know, just keeping a distance and, you know, doing the boxing thing, and that's fine, but nah, man, I don't think it's gonna affect. Go ahead, you're on mute. Go ahead.
It's a possibility. Hey, that's what he's gonna have to do. He's gonna have to tire out David Benavidez. I mean, I would go to the body, but to me, it seemed like the opponents that David has faced, they've been afraid of him because either he's trapping them in the corner and he's throwing a lot. Either he's trapping them in the corner or he's trapping them on the ropes and he's just throwing punches and bunches. So we're going to have to wait and see. But I agree. He's going to have to do something to slow David down. If he has to go to the body, he better.
Even though I think that David Benavidez has to work on his defense more, I've said it
I agree.
A lot of times. I've said it a lot of times when it comes to, David Benavidez talk. It's years ago too, man. We talk about David Benavidez. I gotta say, man, his defense is bad, man. But he knows how to block the body shots, man. He's pretty good at that because he's tall, you know, and he uses his gloves pretty good, man. His arms to block the body. So, you know what I'm saying? So, Yimmy's up in the building. Thanks so much for jumping in the building. Let me see what you guys say. Yimmy, I don't think I've seen you before, but thanks so much for jumping in, man. Thank you so much. Canelo was weight drained and inexperienced. I know that. I know what they say. But then again, Yimmy, why do you take the fight then? You know, it's just a thing. That's the thing. I don't care what the name is, Yimmy. I don't care who these guys are, but that's the thing. Why are you taking the fight? Why didn't Canelo's team tell him, hey, bro, you're green. Step back a minute. Canelo said time and time again, man, you tell Canelo that, you know what I'm saying? He said time and time again, we're ready for this fight. We're ready. We got him. So, hey, you're a pro. You know what you're doing. You're not a little boy anymore. You're not an amateur. And I say it about all these fighters, you know what I'm saying? But that inexperienced talk, I get it, bro. But it's just, that's levels talk, baby. That's levels talk. Floyd is just on a different level. And he showed it with all these fighters, you know what I'm saying? So it was a levels talk, bro. It was a levels talk. It was a levels issue, not necessarily an experience issue. Plus, if you want to put experience on it, how many fights did Canelo have when he fought Floyd? That was no inexperience right there. He had a lot of fights, man. He had a lot of fights. So yeah, that's why he gassed out. He was outpointed, but was not. He was not. Yeah, no, he was outpointed. That's facts. He outschooled him, bro. That's what I said earlier. That I don't think it was necessarily a gas thing with Canelo when he fought Floyd. It was Floyd was just schooled him. He outschooled him, man. He schooled him. Simple as that. There's a reason Floyd ducked the rematch at a heavyweight, at a heavier weight or a healthy weight. No, I don't think. No, I mean, why would you want to fight someone who you schooled already? And there was no contest in that fight, man. It was just so easy. I feel what you're saying, though. I get it. Yimmy says here, Plant has the style to outbox. Oh, of course he does. Yimmy. That's what we're breaking down this whole show, man. Plant, speed, defense, footwork. Yeah, he has it all, bro. He has it all. But he doesn't have the power. But the stamina. Those are the two things that got me. You know what I'm saying? But, of course, they both got their advantages, Yimmy. Your facts, bro. They both got the advantages. And definitely, in most fights, skills pay the bills. Okay? In most fights, skills pay the bills. Plant got that going for him. You know what I'm saying? But the stamina thing is where your skills can go out the window. If your stamina goes out, your skills goes out the window, and it's survival time, baby. And that's where Benavidez goes for the kill. He smells blood. He's gonna take you, man. He's not okay. This is the thing about what I like about Dave Benavidez, LeVar. This is what I like about him. He smells blood. He doesn't do what a lot of these other fighters do. A lot of these other fighters, bro, you got your opponent hurt and they sit back for a minute. They let their opponent regain composure, bro. Benavidez not like that. He's not gonna respect your name. He don't care if you fought Canelo. He don't care who you are. That's the dog, you know what I'm saying, in Benavidez. And that's why I got Benavidez winning. But, Yimmy, skills pay the bills, baby. So, it's facts, bro. I got nothing to say against that, Yimmy. I feel you, bro. 36 or 46 fight. There you go. That's no freaking green. You know what I'm saying? Canelo was not green when he fought Floyd. Okay, so then why did they hype him up so much? Why did they say he was so ready for Floyd? And look at this guy. He's the next king. And y'all were saying that, right? Hey, that's what they were saying. That's what a lot of people were saying. Yeah, Canelo got this guy. Yeah. So, hey, man, that's not a viable excuse right there, man. That's not a viable reason to why Canelo lost. He was very experienced when he fought Floyd. Facts, Amy. Okay, so I'm going to go here. Teach. In my opinion, Bivol beat him easier than... Oh, Bivol schooled him, bro. Bivol schooled. Now, I'm not saying... Okay, y'all got to go back. Okay, Yimmy, you're kind of new here, so... I gave my props for Canelo fighting Bivol. I did. I know a lot of people called it a cherry pick, but no way. I knew Bivol was no cherry pick. I knew it. And I've been saying for a minute, when Canelo chose Bivol to fight him, when he chose to fight Bivol, I said, where are all these people saying when Canelo moved up to light heavyweight and who the frick is this dude's name? I forgot his name. Kovalev. When he fought Kovalev, everyone was whining and complaining. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody was whining and complaining. Oh, why don't he fight Bivol? Why don't he fight Beterbiev? Bivol's in his prime. Bivol's a champ. Bivol did blah, blah, blah. And then he turns around and fights Bivol. Where are those people? Now they're calling him a cherry pick. Come on now. We got to get it straight, ladies and gentlemen. This boxing community sometimes, we got to get things straight. And we gotta be factual. That's why when Canelo chose to fight Bivol, I was like, dang, man, that's respect, right? I respect that. You know what I'm saying? He lost, but hey, and a lot of people criticize that, LeVar. Oh, going for greatness. This isn't going for greatness. Of course it was. You're going to light heavyweight and fighting the prime champ up there? Come on now, man. Let's get it. Don't get it twisted. You know, I definitely respect Canelo, what he did for Bivol and to fight Bivol, and Bivol schooled him. Bivol was like, man, get out of my weight class, boy. Hey, get out of here. Respect, baby. Respect the divisions and respect. Hey, you got to respect that. And now he wants to go fight him again? Okay. You're going to probably get schooled again, but I respect it, man. I got nothing to say. Just like I've been respecting Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, okay, he fought Usyk, lost, and he want to get back. Hey, that's cool. You want to get back? Go get it. He got heart. He has a lot of heart. He's showing more heart. Anthony Joshua's showing more heart than a lot of these fighters out here. Oh, I don't want to preach that, baby. Yeah, he's probably not the most skilled. Of course not. He got schooled by Usyk twice, but hey, he stepped up to the top. He stepped up to the top, Bud Crawford. He stepped up to the top, right? Oh, I'm done. I'm done. Let's move it on. Canelo's 22. It don't matter, bro. He had a lot of fights, my guy. He had a lot. Oh, there you go. You yourself said it. He had 40 fights. No amateur background, that doesn't matter, bro. AMs are AMs. That's Canelo's problem. Why didn't he do amateurs? That's him and his team's problem, bro. If you got, come on, Yimmy, hear me out, my guy. If you got the mouth to call out the biggest fighters and you have 40 fights in your under your belt, bro, and you're calling out the top, then don't complain if you fight him and you get schooled. That's the fight game, Yimmy. That's a fight game, my guy. That's what it is, bro. And I could give you a lot of examples on what we're saying here. What did Jermell Charlo say in the lead up to the first Castano fight? Everybody, watch this. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, Castano, man, his amateur career, he beat Usyk. His amateur career, he beat Bud Crawford or whoever the heck he beat. He beat all those guys. And what did Jermell say? Amateurs are amateurs, pros are pros. Mic drop. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Lomachenko. How many wins does he have, LeVar, in his AM career? Huh? 400 some odd fight. One loss. Oh my God. Loma's the next GOAT. Loma's the next undefeated all-time great in the whole world. Bob Arum said, oh, he's like Muhammad Ali. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, y'all gonna make me preach up in here. And what's going on with Loma now? They're getting him. Haney might be the next guy who beats him too. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Amateurs ain't everything, Yimmy. It does form, help fighters, of course, but pros are pros, baby. And Canelo and his team, they felt they were competent enough, and they definitely had the experience, 40 fights in pros. You know, to step up to Floyd, that's what they thought. Hey, it is what it is. There's no excuse. This is what I'm saying, Yimmy. There's no excuse for a fighter who loses, man. No excuse, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. This is the pros, man. We're not babysitting these guys. This is the fight game. There's no room for babysitting. These guys are grown men. You know what I'm saying? Yimmy, that's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But let me finish what we're saying. The catch weight and rehydration clause. Yeah, okay. Now let's not go to that. That's the same thing, bro. Then why did he sign the contract? Same with Ryan Garcia. We said the same thing about him in the last show. Why you sign the contract? Stop whining and pouting, Ryan. Stop whining and pouting, fighters. If you're going to fight, and that's it. You're a pro. You know what you're doing. Stop the babysitting. That's all it is, Jimmy. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? The lack of elite level experience, but no shame in losing to a Hall. Oh, of course, no shame in losing. He stepped up to the plate, but he got schooled. It is what it is. You know, it's the levels, Jimmy. It's the levels factor, bro. It's the levels factor. Canelo had more than enough experience, you know, to fight anybody. And he did, and he has. And he's lost a couple. That's no big deal. It's all good. But hey, there's levels to this, bro. That's all it is, bro. That's all it is, Jimmy. Okay, let me continue to chat. Teach says, if I were to make a comparison, okay, there you go. Okay. Floyd and Ellerby even said they were smart to catch a young Canelo and force weight. No, I feel you. But it was Canelo who was calling out Floyd more. He wanted the Floyd fight. He's been calling out for a long time. He was calling out for a minute. He was calling out Floyd for a minute before they even fought. Just like Mikey Garcia was doing the same with Spence. Spence, okay, fine. You want to shut your mouth up? Okay, come on, let's go. I'll school you anyways. That's what happened, man. That's all it is. These guys are fighters. If you do this, back it up then. That's why I respect Ryan Garcia. He's doing this for so long about Tank. Finally stepping up to the plate. I respect that, Ryan. I respect that. Even if you get knocked out and go to sleep, I respect that. Jerry Five says, I want to see how David reacts after being hurt. That's the thing we're talking about. If he gets hurt, you see, if Canelo lands, I'm sorry, why did I say freaking Canelo? If Plant lands some flush shots on David, if David gets hurt, because he's been down before, we'll talk about that. He's been down before, but okay, let me continue. You see, David has not been hurt yet. Yeah, he's been down, but maybe not hurt. But if and when he do, Oh, Dre, my guy. Okay, we'll see, my guy. Oh, we'll see. I can't wait for Saturday night. I want to see it, bro. Dre, I want to see it. I want to see Plant win convincingly. I want to see convincing wins with these guys. Hey, if that's going to happen, bro, if Plant wins, I want to see something convincing. Definitely, man. And same with Benavidez. If Benavidez wins, I want to see a convincing win. You know what I'm saying? Hey, definitely, Dre. Yeah, Yemi says here, anyone who calls the bill fight a cherry pick. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you. That's what I'm saying. I don't know about scumbags, but I feel you. I don't do offensive talk about people, but no, I feel you, Yimmy. I feel your point. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying for a minute. I've been saying that for a minute. You know, I'm not going to say, you know, it's weird because a lot of people were crying and complaining that, you know, back then Canelo didn't fight Bivol. Now he turns around to fight it. That's a cherry pick now. I mean, I don't get it. But, you know, it is what it is. That's how boxing fans are. That's how I don't want to pick between Benavidez or Plant. Oh, I feel you, bro. But I don't want to see Canelo Plant. Yeah. I don't think anybody wants to see that, really. I mean, of course, there's going to be people who want to see that, but not many. You know what I'm saying? No, that's facts, bro. No, but I'm picking Benavidez on this one, man. I am. I'm picking Floyd. Floyd's so great. It's no shame to lose. Oh, that exactly. There you go, man. When Canelo fought him and he got schooled, hey, Canelo, you stepped at the plate. Respect, bro. You lost, but, you know, there's levels to this. It's no respect. He just beat Cole. And let me get back to that. And thanks to Floyd, Canelo's star status is Floyd freaking signed off Canelo's future. Here you go, son. There you go. And thanks to Floyd, he gave him the opportunity. That's amazing. It's amazing stuff right there, man. There's so much into that. There was so much that went into that fight, and what Floyd did to Canelo for him. That's crazy. Dre Fighter says here, it's no respect. He just beat Kovalev at the same weight. Wait, boxing fans, some boxing fans are fickle. Yeah. Facts, bro. Facts. Ricky Williams says, call this ish down the middle. Dre Finest calls it. Oh, yeah, he does. Definitely. He always does. The OG right there, man. He's our unk. Floyd would always beat Canelo.
Yes, he would. Don't matter. It doesn't matter what.
Also, and I don't think it's weird because Canelo went back when it was bigger weight class and stuff like that, fighting at 160, 168, fighting the triple Gs and all that stuff. It was way after Floyd retired. And then Canelo was like, oh, I'll fight him now. I'll fight Floyd. It's like, bro, Floyd's been retired for years now. Why? But I get it. Yeah, I get it, definitely. Yeah, Floyd, even if they fought a couple years down the line after they fought the first time, Floyd would have put his work on him, man. He would have put his work on him, man. Absolutely, Ricky Williams. Some of these boxing cats are fickle when it comes to their favorite. Yeah, that's why we don't do no favorites, man. We don't do no favorite fighters here, man. Definitely teach. Once he signs, sometimes I incline towards some fighters, but, you know, I don't fall into that favoritism stuff. Teach once he signed. Same with Ron. Yeah, that's facts. Daniel Jacobs also was complaining about it, man. It's like, come on, Daniel Jacobs, when he fought Canelo, I think he was also bringing it up. It's like, Daniel, just you signed it, bro. Just fight, and that's it. You're done. We're not going to buy that stuff, man. I know a lot of fans fall into that whole complaining stuff, but your favorite fighter signed for it, then shush. You know what I'm saying? Ricky Williams says here, anyone who says Canelo was green. Yeah, exactly. That's see how that's. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so that's it. That's my prediction. Benavidez, Hurt and Plant, late rounds. I'm saying round 11, maybe 12. If Plant wins, big ups, man. I'm gonna enjoy the fight. May the best man win. I got no favorites, but I got Benavidez. I got him winning. LeVar, reiterate your prediction one more time.
I said I have Benavidez winning, stopping Caleb Plant rounds 10 or 11. But these first, I believe the first 3 to 4 rounds is going to determine the outcome of the fight. So we're going to have to wait and see. So that's my prediction. But hey, no, anything can happen in the sport of boxing. But
definitely, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, and we got the weigh-ins, ladies and gentlemen. Friday, we got a media workout in a couple days also. So Dre Finance, absolutely, just like Mikey calling out Spence, and after that dog walk, the fans were saying Mikey was to say, yeah, this is nonsense. If a small man thinks he's a big man, I say, and then I say, accept that big whipping. Exactly with freaking Riggin. We can go on and on. Rigondeaux when he fought Loma. Rigondeaux, then why'd you fight him then? You got schooled, then why you fight him? You know, no, stop the complaining after that. You know what I'm saying? Rigondeaux stepped up to the plate to fight Loma. That's great. You know, and then afterwards, you still got people talking, oh, Rigondeaux was a small guy. Man, shut up. He signed the contract. Who cares? Mikey Garcia, same with you. Same with Mikey. I love Mikey. Mikey, man, I love him. I enjoyed his run at 140. He fought the names, man. Respect to Mikey, man. Respect. But he stepped up to the plate and he got schooled big time. No excuses. And that's what I don't like about the favoritism stuff. People always going to come out, come to the defense of the smaller guy. Oh, he's a smaller guy. Then why did your favorite fighter, who's a smaller guy, why didn't he just shut up and just let it be? Just let it be, Mikey. Go ahead, LeVar.
Well, it's just like the big bro Ricky Williams. When it comes to this whole rehydration clause, when it comes to Ryan Garcia, if Ryan Garcia would have never mentioned anything about it, would it be a discussion for us to be talking about? We wouldn't be talking about this topic. And big bro Ricky Williams is right. This is just another excuse, just in case if Ryan Garcia, listen, people, Ryan knows what's about to happen. He knows. The only thing that he has in this skill set is just speed and power. That's it. Man, if listen, what's frustrating is that some of y'all can't see this. You just can't. Tank is the complete fighter. He's a complete fighter. We're about to witness an execution on April 22nd. But once again, this is what Ryan wants. Ryan's been calling out Tank. What if Floyd tell Ricky Hatton, you writing a check that you can't cash? And look what happened.
It's the start, bro. It's the star status that makes people delusional. That's what it is, LeVar. That's why exactly we talked about more. These guys who are so-called experts in the sport, respect to them, but they're calling this a huge. They're mixing it with like star status with legacy fight. It's not a legacy fight. We talked about it. We dropped it. Go ahead, LeVar. See.
No, I don't mean to cut you off, big bro. It's just what's mind-boggling is like Tank has learned a lot from Floyd. He's learned a lot, and Floyd has taught and showed Tank a lot, especially when it comes to taking away another fighter's attribute, his greatest asset. So if Ryan Garcia cannot land that left hook, what else does he have? Because in the press conference, what does Ryan say? Oh, when I landed, you got to try to land it. But if you can't, what else do you have in your tool bag?
He has the followers, bro. And them followers are gonna. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Hey, I'm just. Hey, listen. I'm just saying, man. Some people just don't think, man. It's like what Ricky and Dre Fine has been saying in the chat, man. You get caught up because that's your favorite fighter. I don't. Exactly. I look at the skill set.
The star status it delusions fans. You know what I'm saying? And
yes.
It's the thing. And this is the case. If that's the case, if Ryan's gonna be whining and pouting about weight classes, about weight clause or whatever you want to call it, then freaking go to 140 and fight Regis Prograis. How about that?
Big bro, it's like
of course he ain't gonna do that.
It's like what I said. Ryan Garcia's last fight was July of 2022. If he would have, yes, once again, it's okay to take a week or two off, but then get back into the lab. That gives you enough time to lose that weight. You're talking about 5 pounds, bro. 5. 9 months? That's a lot of time. And you can do it the correct way. That's what's mind-boggling about this whole thing, man. I'm sorry. We're going to see a massacre. We're going to see a massacre.
Ouch. That's if they get in the ring. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I've been saying this for a long time. I don't know, man. We'll see. I got my hopes up more now because we saw the press conferences, we saw the track, we saw them actually official this whole thing, but
anything can happen.
When's the fight, LeVar? April what? 15th?
22nd.
22nd. So
almost a month away. Almost.
Many things can happen, ladies and gentlemen. Many things. Ryan's pulled shenanigans before, and let's not act like he hasn't. So we'll see. When the refs saying, "Hey, this is low blow. Respect my, commands at all time. Obey my instructions at all time. Let's get it on. God bless." When I see that, okay, let's go. Then it's on. Okay, Dre Finance says here, it's going to be, of course, yeah, it's going to be a wonderful fight, bro. I just want to see the best fight. Yeah, definitely. That's facts, bro. That's facts. That's facts. And I personally see it. This is the best fight and the best according to their circumstances and where they're at right now. Plant and Benavidez. This is it. This is it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Heck no. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Everyone knows. Yeah. Straight up. Teach says here, should Benavidez win? Do you think Plant will say, I'm pretty... No. He's not going to say that. He won't say that. No, he won't be saying that while they're fighting either. I doubt it. I'm thinking about the Canelo incident after the fight. No, I think after the fight, Plant, if he loses, he'll give the props to Benavidez. You know, Plant's like that. He'll give the props. He'll be like, hey, man, the best man won, and that's Plant. That's Plant, you know, and I respect, you know, I love Plant, man. So, oh, no, I didn't. I jumped it. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, of course, Ricky.
Absolutely.
Ricky.
Absolutely. If I'm wrong, I have no problem.
Ricky called it. I'll say Ricky called it. Ricky called it, but I don't know, man. That's going to take a lot of work, Ricky. It's going to take a lot of work for Plant. Hey, hey, for both. I love it. This is a close fight, man. I got it. It's going to be a close fight. Brian acting like he in the fat camp. It sounds like it. That's what LeVar was preaching the last time we talked about this when it came to that show specifically. He has to be working on his tools. It looks like he ain't doing that. He ain't doing that. He's too busy freaking getting the limelight and doing these clips, hitting the snake bag blindfolded. I mean, that looks wonderful. It looks beautiful, Ryan, but we know that's how you got your followers, but that ain't translating in the ring, baby. That ain't translating in the ring. That's no Tank, you know. I'm telling you, LeVar, that's what it is, bro. It's the delusion of being so famous and popular. I mean, it's great. It's wonderful. It's nice, the glitz and glamour, but when we're talking about the sport of boxing and what you do in the ring, it had nothing to do with it. It has nothing. That don't help you. That don't help you. Your followers ain't going to come to save you. No, your YouTube following ain't going to come to save you. You know, it's what you got in the ring, and that's it. It's your fists. It's your hands, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I love the fight game. You know what I'm saying? Benavidez ain't no, he's not. He's not. Oh, Ricky. I love it. I love it.
Big bro getting on us, man.
Hey, when this fight is on Saturday night, I'm going to be thinking of Ricky. When they're going round 1, round 2, I'm going to be, what's Ricky thinking right now? What Ricky's watching it. I know he is. Straight finest. Ryan himself is a weight bully. Now wants to cry about weight drain, then don't complain. Yeah, exactly. You signed it. And that's the thing. That's my thing on it, Ryan. If you're going to be complaining about the weight and that you want to fight the best, because that's what he's preaching. That's what Ryan's preaching. I want to fight the best. I want to bring boxing back. I want to fight the best. Like, I want your legacy. Okay, then shut up about the weight. If you're not going to shut up about the weight, then why did you sign the contract? And why don't you go fight Regis then? Why don't you go fight Regis Prograis? He's the 2-time WBC champ, and he won impressively against Zepeda. Why don't you do that, Ryan? Hey, why don't the reporters ask him that, LeVar? Why don't all these guys that come with the cameras in his face and, hey, you're talking about the weight. If that was so hard for you, why didn't you just go up to 140 and fight Regis? How about that? Ryan? We kind of. Oh, cat caught your tongue or what? I'm telling you, man. Then shut up, Ryan, and go fight. You signed it, so don't cry because you have. It's facts, man. This is a hard fight for me to pick. I'm struggling, Ricky. No, it is a hard fight, bro. It is a hard to call. For me, it's hard, but I got to make a decision. So I got Benavidez, man. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. No way. I never did say it was going to be easy. Heck no. Plant's coming for you. Plant's coming. But I love it. I love this talk, LeVar. I love the show. I see ways both guys can. Of course, we all do. Bro. But man, I got to make a decision. Say it for the ones in the back. Ricky! You hear what I said? Yeah. Okay, my guy. Cat caught your tongue. Yeah, these guys don't want to ask these guys these questions. They don't want to ask them. And I understand. Because a lot of these guys sometimes say, oh, you wouldn't say if you were there. I think I would, you know what I'm saying? But I would say with all due respect, hey, Ryan, you're talking about, okay, so this is how I would go about it. Okay, Ryan, hey, salute, man. I appreciate you. This is a wonderful, I respect you for taking the Tank fight. A lot of people are saying that, you're complaining about the catch weight. You got to go down in weight. It's hard for you. If that's the case, Ryan, why don't you go up and fight Regis? Because he's in your weight class, it would have been a wonderful legacy fight. Well, how about that? What do you got to say about that? Yeah, Cat's caught his tongue right there. They don't want to fight Regis. I'm saying all them names. Only guy who wants to fight him is Matias. That's the guy who really wants to fight Regis, but all these other guys, they shut up. Teofimo, all these guys, man. Regis is that guy, man. You know what I'm saying? So I love it. I love it. So, man, LeVar, we got 2 hours up in this mug, man. Go ahead. Any last words, my guy? Love it.
Hey, thanks, big bro, man. You know, it's always an honor, and you know, to come up here and we talk boxing, and you know, we get the chat going a little bit. You know, I felt like big bro Ricky Williams. You know, he's trying to tell us to go to our rooms right now. But no, it's all love. It's all love. I can't wait for this fight this Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, hey, either man can win. It's gonna come up to pure will, and who fights the smartest, and you know, who can overcome adversity. That's, you know, I've always been talking about adversity on here. So once again, big bro, man, hey, I appreciate you. Everybody in the chat, thank you for tuning in. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that post notification bell, so that whenever Renee and I go live, you'll be able to get that notification. Mental health, make sure you call and check up on your family members and friends. Make sure that they're okay. Your health is your wealth. You just never know when somebody is going through something. It only takes one phone call to check on that person to make their day. Other than that, a salute to the chat, and I can't wait to, you know, do this again. Are we gonna call it? Are we gonna call the fight on Saturday if we have time?
We should, man. We should. Yeah. So y'all keep the notification bells on. The plan is we're gonna call it. Okay. So y'all keep that notification on. You know, sometimes it happens with me. I say I'm going to do it, but if something happens on the day, but the plan is we're going to call that, okay? So I definitely want to call this fight. And the Tank and Ryan one too, man. So definitely, man. So I appreciate each and every man. LeVar, thank you so much for your time, bro. The time is valuable, bro. And everybody who jumped in the chat, I appreciate y'all. Playback family, also RENEBOXYOUNG platform with some discuss, critique, analyze, and talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed, mature, coherent fashion. You already know it, man. Subscribe. Those who haven't, everybody, all that good stuff. Jam to the beat. Peace.
Peace.